The light in my bathroom just flickered. What did they mean by that? Oh yeah, ads. I forgot I have ads. The thing is, I want to be mad about the ads, but I do remember I have them on for a reason, which is, I mean, hopefully this is still the case. Disable pre-roll for an hour also does generally remind me to take a break. Because if y'all have been here for a long time, you know that I just won't. Whimsical but sad Ice Palace music is funny. Talia makes such good music. Oh my gosh, I'm about to crash out. I will greet everyone in a moment. I have just discovered something so horrific. I'm making it sound like a big deal because that's fundamentally who I am, as you know. Ooh, I'm so mad. Okay, listen. Listen. I have just discovered, hello. I was like, okay, I have too much stuff on my screen nowadays. Hopefully stream works and everything. It's been such a long time since I streamed. And I think I remember how to do it, but also because I stream on YouTube and also because the Red Sox game is on right now, I have way more stuff on my screen than usual. So I said, I'm not going to have Discord on my monitor. I'm just going to have it on my phone, which is fine, but I normally don't have the always on display on my phone, right? So I can't see when I have notifications. I think it's fixed itself. It has. Okay, maybe I don't need to crash out. Because briefly, turn on the always on display on my phone. I have so many complaints about, which one is it? Samsung One UI 7, the most recent one. And these numbers were not in the middle. They were shifted over as if it was 10 p.m., as if a digit was missing. And I don't know what I would have done. It appears to have fixed itself though. Great intro for anyone who hasn't been here before. Let me say hello to everybody. It has been a really, really long time. Hi, Zazy, on with the scoreboard emote. Hi, Lupin. Hi, Brady. Also shouting out the Talia's awesome music that she made for me. She's the best. Hi, Ruin. Enjoy your lurk. Hi, Iris. Yeah, I have today and tomorrow and the next day, and then obviously the weekend off, so I couldn't I didn't really have time to do Pride streams for the rest of the month, so welcome to Wrath Month, as the people say. What's up, Del Focus? Hi, guys. It's been a long time since I streamed at all. Yeah, I don't even remember when. It'd be February, maybe? I don't know. A tool for car accidents, scissors, say funk. That's interesting. My mom is obsessed with those kind of things. Like things that are supposed to help you out of like a car wreck and such. Yeah, good tippy tappies. My nails, I do need to get them either filled in or replaced. But they're really strong. That's the tough thing about having a good nail tech is that the acrylics don't come off for better or for worse. I'll expose myself. It's fine. They're not on the nail, folks. There's a good half an inch of them not on the nail, but from a distance you can't tell, so it really doesn't matter. I just think it's hilarious. And they're stronger than they've ever been, except for the one that I took off. My little Coke nail. No. I think the hair got... What happens a lot for me with nails is when I'm in the shower and my hair is wet, my hair is already pretty healthy, pretty strong. Wet hair, I could pull a cart with it. And my hair will get stuck in the teeny tiny ½ millimeter gap underneath my nails, and I get super mad and I take them off because it is so obnoxious. You're a nail. Know your place. Don't rip my hair out. Can't say when the last stream was, but the last clip was from 8 months ago. Oh, geez. It could have been that long, but I usually... Well, no, it could have been December. I thought I would have streamed for my birthday, but maybe I didn't. What's up, Fragile Swift? I thought today we would bring back an old classic. Also, because I think the last time I streamed, someone reminded me. We've been playing a lot of Game Duel. At some point, we had been playing a lot of Guess the Game. And then we stopped because we ran out of them. We did all like 500 or whatever, how many of them there were. So we're going to do more of them. We're also doing charity stuff. I don't have any particular incentives other than the fact that I am donation matching up to 1K for Organización Latina Trans in Texas. They are great. And so yeah, if you donate, shoot me an email at lotusofzotusofficial. You can just forward it. It's fine. And let me know. I will like read out donations. So if you want to be 100% anonymous, or if your email name is different than the name you want to be thanked at, just put it in the subject line and I got you. But yeah, why don't we start guessing games? This is the harder one, I think. Well, it depends. Game Duel can be extremely cruel at times, but we should be fine. I guess one other note, if you haven't attended a stream like this before, is that I don't play music because I like to play copyrighted music for myself. So you are welcome to put on something else in the background. There will not be a whole bunch of random noises going on. What's up, Kyle? Last thing I remember was like an hour-long attempt to guess a game box art. Yeah, that was... Ooh, what did it end up being? Oh, no. It was Game Duel. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Game Duel for sure. It ended up having a name that was like... I've heard of it before. Its name is a portmanteau of 2 words, I think. Or like Latin, Final Fantasy spell, like Firaga or something like that sounding. My first thought for this is Project Zomboid, but I'm not sure if that's true. I'm already zoomed in a little. We can zoom in more though, so you guys can see it better. The one thing that's really weird about Guess the Game is a lot of times the quality of their screenshots is ass dookie. So sometimes it's hard to tell, like, is the game that old or is it the screenshot being icky? Ooh, shredded barbecue chicken sandwiches. Those sound good. I'm kind of hungry. Is it a bad shadow game from 2003? Iris says, it's Zomboid. Let's hit him with the Project Zomboid. Also, my keyboard's going to be so loud because of my nails. It is not Project Zomboid. Metacritic score 93. Okay, no, this looks old for real now. Remember when they had... Oh my god. Every day of my life, Dual Focus. Every day of my life, I remember when they included a screenshot of Fallout New Vegas, and it was a shot of the sky, and I said, that's not... People say it has a New Vegas vibe, And while I agree, that's not New Vegas' skybox, so it can't be New Vegas. And then the next shot was literally like just straight up, I think like an NCR member or something. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? GTA, the DS one, Chinatown Wars? Type in Grand Theft Auto. This makes sense for DS, where like it's oddly kind of decent looking. Wow. The DS knowledge coming through. Also, yeah, sorry that the buttons look kind of weird. It's because I'm zoomed in. Because otherwise this is not fun to look at on stream. Ooh, I don't know what I was going to say. The rings look very Sonic-y, but I can't tell. Is this the design of the chest, or is it sleeping and it's like Banjo? I know what y'all are welcome to guess, by the way. This isn't one where I don't allow you to. It is a Banjo. I mean, those eyeballs, right? Banjo. But yeah, I appreciate everyone's not anti-backseating etiquette, but this is a particular one where we're doing it as a group for fun. So go ahead. I find it wild that they have these Amazon and eBay links here. It's been a long time. No. I was gonna say maybe Dying Light. But this is a crunchy screenshot if this is contemporary or, close enough. It could just be crunchy. Oh, Alan Wake. It could be Alan Wake. A Far Cry. Right, like it has something. It's an Xbox 360 as looking cooler. What's up, RJ? How are you? I'm like, Far Cry sounds somewhat right, but I think there's one thing that's I would say Dying Light doesn't necessarily have like a super distinct art style, but one thing that I really think of with Dying Light is the yellow paint, but not even the yellow paint in the way that I would use yellow paint in quotation marks. Just that Dying Light is like a smattering of brown, and then they will have random stuff with paint on it. The ombre tackle box. I think it's supposed to look weathered. Not enough brown and sepia for an interior. I'm looking at how much yellow paint there is, and I'm like, It could be Far Cry. I get this cooler is so conspicuous, but I feel like it's just a screenshot. I'm wondering if this is like a bench where you upgrade your weapons or something. Let's go for like Far Cry. I don't think it's 3, but we might as well put that in there. So that's not where I thought this was going to go. I'd say even a little bit. Wait, what is this? This ring. I am clueless, but is this a Warframe? I mean, Warframe has giant things, right? I think Lupin is here, though, and Bun would definitely know if it was Warframe. Resistance, right? I was like, is this a target reticle, and this is a light gun shooter or something? A Bayo, a DMC, those aren't bad guesses either. I was briefly thinking of Shadow the Hedgehog. Because it doesn't look like this, but something like this happens at the end of Shadow the Hedgehog, right? I think. Oh, Crisis isn't a bad guess either. I'm wondering, this thing that appears to be a reticle might just be a random piece of trash. It isn't Belgian waffles. All right, we have votes against Warframe. Right, that's true. There is also the random cooler, which to Brady's point, makes it sound more like it's Crisis. Because they got you looking at random shit in Crisis. Just roaming around in the jungle. Crisis has aliens, right? It would, based on what I know. What's up, Scary Said? How are you? Are there teeth? It looks like it. I don't know how well you can tell. It looks like it has a triangle-shaped mouth head, and there's teeth on the bottom here. It would be wild if Crisis looked this bad, though. Again, not only are the screenshots bad, but also I am zoomed in 160%. Destroy all humans? Ooh, that does have aliens, but they don't have a big guy, do they? I'm gonna do Crisis. Oh, damn, there are a lot of them. We'll just do the first one. No, wait. It is a light gun game. Or no, it's not, but this is a reticle, I should say. I'm trying to discern who these guys are. Getting tentacled up. What the helly? This is decidedly a lot more eldritch than I had considered. It looks pretty stylized, yeah. It couldn't be like Infamous, could it? Just because I know that game is on the PS3 and you do lightning. Games on the PS3 do lightning. There's Infamous and, what is that game called? Star Wars. What is that guy called? The bald guy. The guy who looks like the guy from Infamous, frankly. The thing that was like Infamous, but it was like Red, Prototype, I think. Prototype doesn't have aliens. I think they're technically like viral mutants. And all of those bad guys are like black amorphous blobs, I think. To tell you if a game is multi-plat. I don't remember. Somehow Palpatine returned. I have no memory of tentacles, but that lightning does look Infamous. What's up, Lovic? A Force Unleashed. Thank you, Dofocus. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Right, the monster you'd think would be noteworthy, but I suppose we've also now seen 2 purple guys. It looks like Rek'Sai. That's what's funny. Shoutouts to my League of Legends fans and League of Legends haters. The mouth is very Rek'Sai. Was Haze multi-platform? Oh my god, you think I know anything about Haze? Someone else might be able to answer you. What's up, Pantera? You know what this is? Or is it because I was talking about a particular game? Haze was FPS as fuck. Haze got aliens? Yeah, I've been in really... We're starting to the law haters. God, oh yeah, you just posted about that in VGBs. Welcome. Ah, it's a shame. I really enjoyed that game. If you know, you know. I'm not like devastated because it's been a slow death to it being so unenjoyable. And I know that sounds wild because it is like on its face very well known for being horrific, but I just mean I think the parts of it that I enjoyed I no longer find enjoyable, and that's kind of sad. 5 people in the world will recognize this as either Haze or Brink. I would recognize Brink. I feel fairly confident I would recognize Brink. I'm like Nikki, where I was obsessed with that game. Pantera, that's Infamous Second Son. So we're vaguely in like Infamous Haze. We'll start with Infamous. Oh, is it really wait. Uh-oh. Ooh. I think it's this one. It also might be that multiple of them are good. Oh, it is Infamous, but not that one. But this is the white guy, Cole. So it has to be... Second Son is the native dude who's played by Troy Baker, and First Light is the neon girly, right? So it has to be 2? I was so excited for Brink and then so disappointed. That's the nice thing, Lovic. I was young enough to where, like... It's hard to... Like, video games don't get advertised the same way anymore, but as a kid, I didn't watch the channels that, like... advertise games to you, so I never heard of Brink. And then I think I either saw one trailer on YouTube or I saw it in GameStop and they were like playing the trailer on the TV and I went, that looks fun, I'll buy it. So I thought it was great. Male. This looks old. It looks adventure gamey to me, but I don't know. Has anyone in chat played Infamous 2? I know I haven't. I never had a PS3 actually. Wait. No, I didn't. I know that those games are generally pretty well liked. It would be extremely funny if it was Postal. Here's the thing. It technically could be Postal 1. It's definitely not Postal 2. I shouldn't say definitely. I'm almost certain it's not Postal 2. It could be Postal 1. Because Postal 1... Ooh. Was it originally a Doom mod? Or was it just inspired by Doom? Oh, it was isometric. You're right. What we have to discern is this for the love or the hate of the male system? The screenshot's so crunched I can't even tell if the game is 3D or 2D. That's why I thought it looked like an adventure game, because it looks like Grim Fandango, where there's a bunch of pre-rendered crunchy shit, but it's technically 3D. Like, that's the vibe. It might be a cutscene too. It looks like a pre-rendered cutscene from like a PS1 game. I'm also trying to figure out what this thing on the left is. My brain says that it's like the road, and then there's an arch or a street light over the road. But oh no, yeah, because there's another one up here. I think that's the road, and these are street lamps. All right. Can anyone remember a mailbox from the PS1? That's why I like games like this, because it's so silly. Oh, Heart of Darkness. Oh, wait, no. What's the other one? The one that's not, the one that Resident Evil ripped off. What is it called? Alone in the Dark? This looks very Alone in the Dark to me, but I don't know where a mailbox would appear. Unless they're trying to, like, you know, shift to the side and show, like, the address for the spooky mansion. It could, yeah. It's possible. That's brown here in the bottom left. No, I think it's a road. I think this is a mail truck that is driving from left to right on the screen. This up here is a street lamp. This is also a street lamp. And then this is the road curving backwards that the truck is traveling on. I think. I'm gonna guess the first Alone in the Dark. Oh no. It should be this one. But this doesn't make it look less like Alone in the Dark. No, I'm kidding, it does. But then why? But then why was a mail truck here? It could be a GTA. It looks so like, to me it looks so arena shooter, like the vibe. Could be a Tomb Raider. Oh, those first games old. That could be why they are in a tomb as well. Does anyone know what this thing in the bottom left is? Because I was briefly feeling like Doom or UDK or something, and that this was a demon, but I don't think so. Lara Croft was getting her lesbian mail. What is that? What's the sexy villain called? They should have been lesed out. Oh, Duke Nukem. It could be Duke Nukem. I'm still stuck on the mail truck. Is that a pig cop? I don't think so. It looks more like Samus than anything. Let's throw in a Tomb Raider. Beep. Oh, no. So no. No, is Duff Beer Serious Sam or is it Duke Nukem? Simpsons Duff has 2 F's. A crunchy Hollywood sign that has like a Space Invader or oh my god, what are those famous fighters called? F-35, I guess. Like kind of silhouette here. It's really hard to tell. Original platform PC. Metacritic score was what, 89, I think? I want to say Duff DUF is Serious Sam. That's a strange detail. Could it be Max Payne? It could be. But I don't think so. We'll try for Duke Nukem. Oh, that's true. Max Payne is New York only. Ooh. No, yeah, it can just be Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem 3D is technically the second one, right? Man, we've never known how to name games. Ever. I think I might have done exactly what I wasn't supposed to do, which is I think I should have said Duke Nukem 3D. Nice. There was a Duke Nukem Advance, yeah. Oh shit, Brady, you're totally right. Please let me be wrong. I don't want it. I don't want this to be a game I can recognize that fast. Fuck. We'll go. Well, nobody talk to me. Nobody say anything. It's fine. Ooh, whenever we get like a 16-bit style game, I always have to try to figure out if it's actually old or if it's old style. What's up, Soy Socks? I love your name still. I know I said that maybe the first time you showed up in VGBs, maybe just the first time I saw you, but I love that username. You need to get you some worse glasses? Maybe let me just take these off. I was saying, I was thinking to myself because I plucked my eyebrows right before this. Plucking my eyebrows is so hard because my glasses are too big, so I have to take them off to pluck my eyebrows. But then I can't see anything. So, and my sink in this apartment is super deep, so I just have to like hinge my hips on the sink and lean like all the way forward until I'm like this close from the mirror to try and do them. Castlevania, what is this thing? Like, I guess it's all cog themed probably. That's why I was kind of thinking maybe Mega Man, but this palette like off rip seems too dark to be Mega Man. I know, pluckers instead of readers, like really teeny tiny ones. What we feeling as far as Castlevanias go? There are a lot of them. Just deadass Castlevania. Mega Man does have some darker levels. My assumption is Mega Man, but those gears in the back look so weirdly drawn. Yeah, I guess they don't look very mega maniacal, mega humanoid. But yeah, I guess immediately I never think of dark color palettes when I think of Mega Man. I consider getting contacts just for brow time. That's so funny, Lupin. Uh, I've considered getting contacts so I can wear sunglasses. I'm seeing a Castlevania 3, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, nope. I we'll go with what I think what Kyle said. Unless we have a thought about a different Megan Man. Another 3. I don't know, my Mega Man's me neither. Is that grass too good for Ness? I mean, the screenshot's close enough. I think you could count the pixels if you really want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, it's 16 by 16, I'm pretty sure. So do with that information what you will. They do seem to be a few too many colors, though. Their nails match your headset? They do, actually. Not totally intentionally. I just like this color. But also, the nail salon... I really like this nail salon. They really know how to install acrylics. But anytime I pick the color, it doesn't come out the way that it looks on the thingy. The little, nail sticks. So it's much lighter than I intended to go, but it's okay. It looks nice. It does match a lot of light blues that I have. Trying to think of which robot master would have this grass and trees. Yeah, and either bamboo or palm trees. Beach man. Wave man. Dune man. What are they? Sandman? No, I guess there's too much grass. Could it be a cut man? What's the cutoff for Metacritic too old? Well, Duke Nukem 3D had one, but it technically could be because it was re-released. I think generally too old is like maybe like 2002 or something. Right, is there a grass man? There is a wood man. I feel like they'd be more foresty though, right? Well, I guess there are sections. Because y'all know it. Woodman is in a 1, 2, or 3 for sure if we're going off that. Screw it. Let's do a 3. Why not? Oh, it is on the nest though. Metacritic launched in 2001. Wow, I got really close to that. I had Mega Man 3 as a kid. I don't recognize this, but also I was shit at it. NES is 1 through 6. Yeah, so it doesn't entirely narrow it down, but it kind of helps. I'm seeing 2s. Wait, not Mega Nan. Mega Grandma. Nice. We got our experts. Like I said, y'all know that tweet that's like, the key to becoming a good artist is to just be a pervert. It doesn't really matter what kind, you just have to be a pervert. That's what this is. We're looking for a collection of perverts to help us through everything. Oh, this looks awfully familiar. Don't talk to me. Hang on. Is this Tinykin? Sorry, it took me such a long time to think of it. I think it's Tinykin. Okay, if 2 more people said Tinykin, it's gotta be, because that game did fairly well. But if 3 people in one area all said Tinykin, yeah, there it is. This game's pretty good. I felt it was a little long. And I think I mentioned when I was playing it, I didn't like that it had story elements. I was like, just forget them. At the end, thank you, yes. I was gonna say, I know that these curved things are Xenoblade. If I see a lush environment with giant curved stone, not pillars, formations, I'm like, I think that's Xenoblade. I don't know a lot about Xenoblade, but I know like vaguely enough to maybe guess this. I'm seeing a 1, I'm seeing an X. It looks kind of old. Again, it's not that easy to tell. We'll just guess the first one. Nope. An 87. Oh, it's one of the perverts. I think this is X then. I'm just going based kind of off the vague vibes of what I know, but to me it looks like X just because as crunchy as this screeny is, this looks like a higher definition character. Does that make sense? Oh, it did say wrong franchise. You're right. It would say the franchise was right, unless it would be Xenogears. I think that would count as something else. But yeah, what's the other game that looks kind of like this? That's not a specific phrase. I know it's not, but yeah, Tales of or Trails of? Ooh, I don't know which one is which. What was that Ubisoft Greek mythology thing? Ooh, it had a name that's not hard to remember, and yet I can't remember it. Immortal Phoenix Rising, I think? Feels more Trails than Tales. I frequently get them confused, but I think that's right. Yeah, I remember Phoenix is spelled Fenyx. It could be that, but I feel like the environment is not stylized enough to be Phoenix. Right, newer graphics doesn't help, but it's not a Xenoblade game. Because if it was a Xenoblade game, then the thing would say so. Are there any Phantasy Stars that look like this? That's a good question. Those look fantastical. They're also, these are really hard to see, but there are these little towers in the image. I don't know if that helps anybody. They're like in a line, kind of. There's one here, and then one here, and then one here, and then one all the way over here. They look like electrical towers, but I don't think that that's what they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be like lookout posts or something, probably. Smash Bros. Is the Xenoblade stage. It could technically be that. It'd be fucked up, but it could be that. But I think this is too close up and nice looking. I do feel like we're onto something with... Shit, I already forgot which one I said. Tails. I think I said Tails. No, because Tails is the one with the breasting boobily. Well, I guess they probably both are. But the thing is Xenogears not old as balls? Is Xenogears not quite old and they haven't done a new one in a while? Tails is generally more cell shaded, excluding the recent one, Arise. Right, so I think I'm thinking of Trails, which is bad because there's a lot of Trails games. Like a lot of Trails games. Does anyone have any particular emotions about a Trails game to guess? All right, Xenogears, Xenosaga, yeah, okay. I vaguely had that. Although I did forget Xenosaga was a thing. I think I probably thought it was called like Xenogears, Xenosaga or something. I think they're lying about it not being Xeno. It really does look like it. It really and truly does. The thing, if it was a Xenoblade, it would say down here, this would be a yellow circle. Here, let me see. I can show you on the previous one, right? Show guesses. Nope, because we got the last one right on the first try. Show guesses. Wait, why didn't it do it here? Or is it just in the replay? Because the Duke Nukem thing... Here, sorry, now I have to investigate if this is just the website being funny. Oh, it is the website being funny. Because I know for a fact when it said Duke Nukem, it had the yellow circle. That means that it's in the same series. Right, the Mega Man one I didn't remember off the dome, but Duke Nukem I was like, I'm positive I saw it. Sorry, also, my scroll wheel is starting to fail in this mouse. So if you see me scrolling up and down like a maniac, I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. So it is not a Xenoblade game. So we'll say... Is Xenoblade X technically a sub-series? How would that be? Could be one of those Horizon games. I don't know what looks this cartoony in Horizon. I'm gonna say we got guesses. I'm gonna say Trails Through Daybreak. Let's say that one. How many letters I gotta put in? Does it not know what this is? I don't think it does. All right, well. I was gonna say I don't think Tales of Arise is a bad guess either, because I remember the game looking like that, and also. Because I worked at Fanbyte when Tales of Arise... Ooh, no. So I get Xenoblade 3 and Tales of Arise mixed up when I look at them. Does that mean a lot because I haven't played any of them? No, of course not, but I'll do it. And that's my mind. I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah, this guy, sorry, I apparently was thinking of Tales the whole time. I was thinking of this guy. What's the game? I think it's also Tales. Tales of Berseria? That's the breasting boobly I was talking about. I would have gotten it by the owl pick. We would have gotten it. But that's why we try to do it in as few guesses as possible, because why not? This is any building. We're like Tales of Berseria. Heyo. I don't know why, because it's not this. My first thought was Bully. Just a square building that's vaguely detailed. It is very not textured. There are no bras in that game. They can't, with the big liquid bazongas they give those girls, there's gotta be braziers involved under support. But it looks very untextured, like that car game Nikki kept playing. Yeah, it looks like Bully or like Spider-Man or something, where because especially with Spider-Man, because you spend so much time just like flying around and not really interacting with the buildings, they look just like okay. I'm thinking Spider-Man too. It looks kind of bright, because I was briefly thinking that of like Cry of Fear or something, but I'm not mad at a Spider-Man 2 guess from me. Wait, oh god, I briefly thought I muted, or I didn't mute myself, but I did change my scene on accident. I shouldn't have. I forgot that I can't type hyphens. It's okay, I don't need to. It's because I have a 10 key list now. This is an interesting note that they've given. No score, and it doesn't really make sense. No score, and it doesn't really make sense. Oh, wait, are these Legos? Is this Lego Fortnite or something? I know that sounds insane, but I swear to God, these leaves look like Legos. Or they look like Lego palm fronds, but these don't look like Legos. But why did they look like Legos? I mean, in these, I guess these could be plates, but if it was Lego Fortnite, it would have a Metacritic score. Yes. I don't know that much about Metacritic because I've never cared, I have to be honest. It is pretty low poly. Katamari would make sense just with the way these thingies are sputtered about. That's why, like, the thing is, I don't know what Lego Fortnite looks like, so it briefly made sense to me, the idea of having Lego stuff on a non-Lego world with a bunch of non-Lego things. Right, Lego Fortnite's technically an offshoot of Fortnite, which is, so it's like a mod kind of. So I don't know if it would have a score, and if that's why it says it wouldn't make sense. Okay. So what is this? The Gmod guess is getting stronger by the second. I'll say that. But then what the fuck is this shit ass building? Wait, there's a really shitty building in the back. I think it's a building. Little brick building. The thing is, it looks 3D, so I can't really imagine it being like a browser game. All right, not Lego Fortnite for sure. Okay. It has customs vibes, doesn't it? Just like a bunch of shit scattered around. I'll say Gmod. Screw it. Let's do Gmod. Could I have Gareth's mod, please? I was gonna say, what's the difference between these? It's an apostrophe. I think there is an apostrophe in it for real. Am I having a stroke? Can I get a wellness check? Is it? But why is it squares? Hello? Why is it square? Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say original, until I realized registered original platform PC, I was gonna say maybe it's Dreams. Right, this looks like Crossy Road, but what's this other stuff? It could be Roblox. This, I mean, if something looks like Gary's mod, it looks like Roblox, you know what I'm saying? Does Roblox have this kind of stuff? Minecraft definitely has a score. If this is Minecraft, I'll turn the stream off. No, I shouldn't say that. This is for charity. Roblox makes the most sense. Roblox has everything in it, pretty much. What's up, Musty? How are you? You enjoying that new Lord? I need to listen. It's definitely not blocky enough for Minecraft. I feel like this looks too good for Roblox. That's the thing, is Roblox is like UEFN, Unreal Engine, or Unreal Editor, I should say, for Fortnite, where it can look like anything. But the base Roblox doesn't quite look like it, if that makes sense. But yeah, quick charity stuff. This stream today is partially just to make sure that I remember how to stream and that everything works. Yeah, we are raising money. This is a very, very late, technically outside of the month Pride stream, raising money for Organización Latina Trans in Texas. And yeah, donate to them at their website and then shoot me an email so I can donation match you. I'm dono matching up to 1K throughout the week. We'll have a longer stream on July 4th since a lot of people have that day off. So I'll just stream basically the whole day. You know, catch some people in other time zones that normally can't make it. And yeah, if you want your receipt to be dono matched, there's my email right in there. Just as a note, if you want to remain anonymous, like I do say the names on stream. So if you want to remain anonymous, just put anonymous or something in the subject line. If your username's different, yeah, just however you want to be thanked, you can put in the subject line. So I think we have to say Roblox. I don't know. Okay, yeah, no, okay. I was having a sort of stroke in the sense that I was looking at Roblox, but yeah, Roblox is almost like an engine in and of itself. You can kind of make anything. It's bananas. Do I know you? No, I thought I did. Wait, if it's Golden Sun, then I actually... Oh, wait, no, I've only played one Golden Sun, and it's the DS one. Dark Dawn. This is the only one I've played. I didn't finish it because I was a child. Not good at this. Autumnal Colors. I was really thinking of that game Creature Keeper. But then I went, no, I don't think so. Golden Sun. Easy. Oh, yeah. Creature Keeper Rules, you enjoyed it? I haven't played it yet. If we hadn't already guessed that, I would have said Detroit. I was going to guess Sea of Stars. Oh, yeah. Golden Sun is beautiful. This looks kind of fancy. It looks like a bad screenshot of a fancy game. You know what I'm saying? Quadruple A. This isn't going to be like Death Stranding, right? Because I don't know why, but this box reminds me of this stuff he carries on his back, but it might just be like stuff flying around the environment. Oh my God, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I think that's it. And this is the Frost stuff. And this is is it the Gymnasium is what it's called? It looks like Shattered Memories, actually. And because there are all those, like, there's that weird stuff that they have kind of like in The Path. For anyone who knows The Path. Why is that my immediate reference? Because I'm gay, obviously. But it has that kind of stuff like in The Path where it's like, you know, it's trying to go for like the psychological vibes of like stuff that has happened that it's being cagey about, you know what I'm saying? Was Shattered Memories in the blue and orange era? Yes? I believe Shattered Memories is a Nintendo Wii game from like 2011. I'm gonna say Shattered Memories. I like that guess. And if it's wrong, I'll go down swinging. Ooh, hey, no. What is this? Hey, Nug, how you doing? Is it a Batman game? That would make sense of the fantastical element in the bottom left corner of this. But 67, oh, then it would have to be the last one, right? Which is City, right? Origins, no. No, Origins is first, right? I always get confused with stuff like this because I'm used to an Origins being second. Oh, Knight is the last one, City was the second. Fuck me. I'll say Arkham Knight. Oh, it could also be Gotham Knights. That's technically... I don't know, does anyone recognize this Wayfinder? Origins is third. Asylum City... Okay, I confused myself, that's why. Origins is a side game. Which does make sense. No, Knight is the one that people didn't like. Also because I want to say there was quite a large gap between Origins and Knight. Time-wise, I mean. In real life. I gotta be specific. I'll say Arkham Knight. Because the thing is... Ooh. No. What is this? Okay, hang on. This is doing my mind something. Not in a good way. This screenshot is squished. Because this is a reticle, and it's not... you know what I'm saying? PC, PS5, Xbox Series platforms, so somewhat modern. With this kind of reticle, big city. It's not Sewer Slide Squad, right? Oh, that's right. There was a VR one. That is true. But I think then it would say, if it was a Batman game, it would be the same series. It's either Origins or Gotham Knights. It can't be Origins because I believe that would be considered the same. It would, yeah, either Gotham Knights or Sewer Slide Squad, right? Sewer Slide's the one I like. Normally, I really don't like it when, you know, they're like, oh, I can't say kill. I have to say unalive because YouTube will shadow ban me. Number one, stop lying. Number two, I don't give a fuck, stop it. But Sewer Slide is one that I just love. I think it's so funny. Right, too bright to be observer. The reticle is very No Man's Sky, but no, I don't think so either. If it was just this screenshot, I could be convinced it was NMS, but with this, no, I don't think so. Which you said, but still, I'm thinking it out. Telltale Batman, that explained the reticle. That is true. However, it would unexplain, what is this called? The compass. Right? Because that's not an open world game. Oh yeah, that's true. No Man's Sky is before that. And I think it probably doesn't have a 67 anymore. I think it's probably much higher nowadays. It's not Veilguard. This looks too modern to be Veilguard. Right, Telltale doesn't have this kind of stuff. Yeah. How about we go to that Gotham Knights guess? From, I believe Iris was the first person to say it. It is Gotham Knights. Okay. So we knew fairly quickly it was a batted man. I know this game was like mid received, but what I recall of it is very much like people could it could have been adjusted into something that was much more likable, but that didn't happen. The Game Master, what's up? Getting connected to a deity's Wi-Fi. It was Gotham Knights, Daisy. This is just water. Is this Sonic Adventure? And it's the beginning when the thing, the thing comes out of the water, of the pool. Yeah, that's Sonic Adventure. He has too many goddamn games. Oh, when Big is fishing. Either way, we're in agreement as to which video game this is. Oh, do you call it DX or can I just say Sonic Adventure, you think? Because again, he has too many goddamn games. Take a few away from him. Redistribute the wealth. Although I suppose I shouldn't really call Sonic rich. DX isn't a game? Sonic Adventure DX isn't a game? It's just a pack-in. Or I shouldn't say pack-in, a deluxe. Oh, I could have said either one. That's nice. Right, a re-release. I didn't know if it had anything significantly different enough to say one way or the other. Ooh, I have to like adjust my eyeballs to try to look at this. This screenshot is not good. Incredible, y'all are perverts. That's the funny thing. I've never played that game. I've watched like a couple speedruns and a playthrough, but something about it is very distinct, despite like I can't really think of anything that is other than usual Sonic stuff in terms of like the level design that's very distinct, but it's very recognizable. This, on the other hand, who's to say? I don't know why. I want to say like Ghost of Tsushima or something. And then it's just the worst screenshot known to man. But why would it be so red? Maybe it happens at some point. Sunsetty. This could be No Man's, but how would you get such a clean screenshot of an MS? Oh, Wo Long? I don't know shit about Wo Long. But I think we're all recognizing that these vaguely look like those Japanese stone thingies. I don't know what they're called. They look small. They look like waist high, maybe. Once Human, another game I know nothing about. Truly, y'all could start just putting words in chat, and I just have to believe that they're games I don't know anything about. Once Human, those are just words to me, you know? I think the Stone Lanterns are why I want to say Ghost of Tsushima. And like that game's known for having pretty vistas, so I'm like, maybe it would have a really nice sunset in it. Twice Human. Fuck it. Naming video games is hard. That's why we have Project Triangle Strategy. So funny. Make a game called Words in Chat. That would be an excellent, a category of questions that they would bring back on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Which of the following is not a real video game? Twice Human. Bungo's Crazy Night. Stuff like that. Fuck it. I'm saying Tsushima. No. I wasn't prepared for how old this became instantly. Well, this is definitely a cursor. Because I was briefly thinking of Morrowind, just based on the vibes of the environment, but that is a cursor, so I don't think so. This has to be a point-and-click game. I guess it doesn't have to be, but I think it probably is. If Mike was here, they would know. This dude that they're clicking on looks like the Crypt Keeper. Family Feud, but it's ranked answers for common game title words like Origins. No, you're cooking now. I like that a lot. It also reminds me of one of my favorite videos of all time. That girl who gets banned from Family Feud online because she gets the question, name something that falls down in the lightning round at the end, and she says towers and instantly gets banned. Oh, I'll have to find that video. I fucking love that video deeply. I have it saved like on my phone. Because it's like, it's that thing where you do the Family Feud lightning round where your first answer is good and then you immediately start panicking. Obsessed. Here's the thing. Metacritic score 89%, but I have to think that it's, again, this is assuming it's a point and click adventure game, which it might not be, but this is some PNCA knowledge. It has to be even older than what I would initially guess because the cursor's hovering on a person, but it still looks like a cursor and it's not an eyeball or a mouth. I was thinking Morrowind, but when do you click it around like this in Morrowind? Could be something in the Mist family. Here's the thing, I've only played Mist, I haven't played Riven, I need to. The Piss Slate game. But I didn't think there were people, like, in the environment like that. Right. Morrowind has lots of clicking, but this kind of clicking, where there's like a guy and you click on a guy, or you have a screen with people walking around and you like move the mouse around. I didn't think it had that. Wait, what was the first screenshot again? Hang on. I have to go deep into my brain. And I don't even know if it's in there. If it's... I mean, that's the thing. This thing on the table looks very misty too, but what is this? Is there just like a skeleton? There aren't NPCs in the Mist series, but there could be skeletons. I don't know if there are, but there could be. Like a scary skeleton to show you how dangerous the area you're in is. And you click around. What's up, Panda? There are NPCs in the later game? Are there really? Some part of me thinks this is an old Harry Potter game. I don't think it looks very Harry Potter-ish, though. Skeletons are common in Mist games. Are we sure that's an NPC? No. But it's definitely like a human figure, I guess is what I'm getting at. It looks like a zombie or a skeleton or something. Kind of hanging out. We can guess. If we want to put in a Mist game as a guess, what are y'all thinking? Riven-y? Screw it. Let's do Riven. Riven, I forget it's called Riven, the sequel to Mist. That's so funny. What the fuck? Wait, is this Alone in the Dark? But no, these look too nice. But it looks kind of Alone in the Dark-ish. Oh, do you click in that? Do you be clicking? Oh my god, Jade Empire. Wasn't Ruin trying to play that game? Didn't Ruin have to do a bunch of shit to their computer to play that game? Right, the angle's weird for a point and click, but point and clicks had weird fucking angles back in the day, Zazie. They didn't know how to make games. Also, ads are gonna start. Indiana Jones Infernal Temple? Then who's she? Jade Empire had like Mass Effect cameras. Right, I always think of Jade Empire, and this is partially just because it has the word Empire in it. I always think of it similar to, nope. Is it called Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight? Those games are named fucked up, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. A KOTOR? No, they look dressed normal. I know it's very hard to see, but there appears to be a woman in a kind of a mauve shirt, a maroon vest, and then brown either pants or a knee-length skirt. Oh, that's also true. KOTOR was in first person. There's also like another guy here. There might be two more people here. It's really hard to tell. It appears to be a woman in the front, and then maybe a skeleton in the back, and then a third thing in the middle. The environment is very Morrowindy. When do you use the mouse like that in Morrowind? Because this is what got me fucked up. There's always a skeleton. I'm always talking about this. You gotta look out. Oh, it says ads are playing, so I'll sit here for a second. You're welcome to put in guesses, but I'm gonna just sit here for a second. If only I played vanilla Morrowind at all. Why are the screenshots so crunchy? I don't know. It's hilarious, though. While I think about this. This is such a dark screenshot. My immediate feeling is alien isolation. Just because, this looks like an area a xenomorph would be lurking. Outlast 2 is not a bad guess at all. Horrific game, but Outlast 2 is not a bad guess. It's so hard to remember what much of that game looks like. But there are sections of that game that had really good scares. Could also maybe be like Blair Witch. At first that was Plague Tale Requiem. So it's a spooky screenshot. Which unfortunately means it could be a lot of things. What's that game with the kids and it's scary and it's like Inside Little Nightmares? Yeah. I don't think it's this though. Right, it's like light filtering through boards or a grate. The Alien movies have a scene like that, but not the game. Okay. Yeah, Outlast 2, there's a lot of ducking in and out of like houses. And basically the whole game takes place at night with like pretty bright moonlight, so. Yeah, I'll go for Outlast 2 actually. The thing is too, the screenshot is, there's not a lot to discern with the eyeballs. I have to like lean. This looks more like Alan Wake or something. Got it. And I'm not saying that just because he has a flashlight. I promise. What's up, Palm? How are you? Oh, Palm says the quarry right away. Oh, that would make sense with the amount of moonlight pooling. That makes a lot of sense. How good you feel about that quarry guess, Palm? You normally don't guess like that unless you're pretty positive, to my memory anyways. That's such a distinctive bed sheet. That's because that's a quilt. Duh. I'm more unsure after the second image. Oh, I see. One of the short story games made by the Quarry people. Oh, fuck me. That would be so hard to guess. Because they have 12 of them. That's a lie, but there's a lot of them. And they are always just doing whatever. You know? However, there's a lot of moonlight. It's at night. It's moody. There's two characters in a scene that are both being given narrative importance by the shot. And I know that sounds pretentious, and that's because it is. I'm going to say the Quarry. I like the Quarry as a guess. The shots don't seem entirely related to me, but fuck it. Oh, but it doesn't make me think it's not that. This looks like RE7, though. This looks like the garage. Well, maybe not. Hi, Andy. Thank you for the follow. Not to call you out. I normally don't call out follows, but I know you, so I'm going to say hi. All right, a PS4. Oh, no, so yeah, then... No, RE7 is PS4. Kids in a cabin on a mountain. Oh, shit, yeah. Until Dawn. Is that originally only PS4? Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because this... Yeah. I think it's Until Dawn. Not good. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. No, let's go. Let's get out of here. not Tetris, but this is a block clearing puzzler, right? Right, maybe a luminous. Because there's too many purple next to each other to be Tetris, I think. Well, I guess it could happen. It does look like Tetris, but here's the thing, right? There's been 6 million, to my estimation, different releases of Tetris. So the visuals can only do so much. That's true. Luminous is much more glittery and bright. Let's see what kind of options they have if we type in Tetris. Fuck and shit and tits. Oh no! They have all of them! They have every Tetris that's ever existed. Ah. Ooh. Here's the thing, too. Does Tetris count as a series? If I guess one of them, will it tell me it's a Tetris game? Or are we just fucked? Do they have Tetris Sphere? They have Tetrisphere. I imagine that's the same thing. Oh, no, yeah. I don't know why. Whenever I think of breakout games and like that style of game, I always think of the ball coming from the bottom and then the blocks being all the way at the top. It probably just tells you that I played Bloons as a child. Well, any Tetris experts in the house? Okay, wait, maybe we should say, if it's not Tetris, then what would it be? I still play Bloons. Bloons is good. I didn't get into the tower defense as much, but I think, unfortunately, for the economy of guesses, I think we have to say a Tetris game, right? A new unit just dropped for Bloons. What is it? We know it's not, if it's a Tetris, we know it's not Tetris Effect. 4D, I only see 2 dimensions, which is really helpful. Oh, why are there so many? What about the next Tetris? Because it looks kind of futuristic. How do you feel about the next Tetris? Oh my god, I love little tank games. I love that tank game on the Wii. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It could be on the DS. Because that's the thing too. No matter how good the DS could make games look, and the DS could make some games look very good, when they re-release Tetris for other systems, it still looks like dick. Yes, the tank game from Wii Play. Me and my friend Tony would play that endlessly. A remake of the Wii Tanks game? I gotta get into that. Let's do Tetris DS. Fuck it. Okay, thank God. Okay, it's something else. Okay, thank God. I was so scared. They shouldn't even let they shouldn't let those be on there. The Desperado, a cowboy that gets more fire rate the more balloons are in his range. Ooh, that's fun. So he's like a proper 6-shooter. That's cool. I still don't know what this is, but I'm happier about this. Too old. So we're looking pre-2002. Right, I'm thinking either a Metroidvania or a platformer of some kind. What did they call them? A cinematic platformer? No, it looks kind of too busy, but could be. I don't think it would be a Mega Man. Just because, I don't know if this makes sense. The Mega Man heads might know, but like, these blocks look too long to be Mega Man. A Mega Man pre-2000, I should say. I don't know of anything that looks like this in like a Metroid. Dull focus guessing, then immediately going, no. And that's the thing, we have to remember these are in the same game. Yeah, Mega Man, that's true. Mega Man blocks are very busy. A shit-ass CDI game, maybe. Oh, we're 505. Happy birthday, Halo. Right, like maybe a Sonic. This looks so familiar. What's up, Blackjack Attack, by the way? I think you just got here. Or maybe, I shouldn't say just got here, but just typed. These little eyeball things are so weird looking to me. You know, these little robots. That's the thing. You said Wario Land and then immediately said no, adult focus, but I'm like, I get it because this looks like a stage made of gold bricks or something. Little tubes on the bottom feel very Genesis. I don't remember reading about tubes in the Bible, but I'll have to believe you. I'm telling jokes. I know what the Genesis is. Huh. It looks very Metroidvania-y. But it does look like a Sonic-y type of tube. What's something that's maybe on the Genesis that's not Sonic? Because most of my knowledge of Sega is Sonic. What's that, No, Knights is 3D. Klonoa, all of those games are 3D, right? Jordo would know. Right, see, Palm, when I said earlier, it looks kind of like a cinematic platformer. Another World is exactly what I was thinking of. Not Sonic Spinball. Rystar, that's right, Rystar. Vector Man. There are GBA Klonoa games. It could happen. That's the thing with Another World, the most identifiable part is the lead. And I don't feel like there's something that looks like this purple bit in Another World. Right, I feel like the squiggles are like, you know, an impassable barrier, which is maybe kind of why I thought it was a Metroidvania, is I feel like they're going like zzz, 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 and you need to press a button to get past them, you know? No, I don't think it's Another World. But it vaguely reminded me of it. What if it's Mega Man Wily Wars on the Mega Drive? Well, the misaligned yellow blocks over here. Like you think maybe they move or something? Or that it's just a weird texture? Let me see. We got in the way of Rystars. Hello. Okay, so no. So no on Rystar. It couldn't be one of the early Raymans, could it? Because they be doing whatever. Truly whatever. Oh, right. You hate Another World dull focus. Maybe it's a Game Gear game? I'm done. I can't do nothing. The yellow floor screams teleport to me. Oh, yeah, these two right here. Maybe I just want to guess a Metroid. Truly. Everything I see this looks like Metroid from another universe. Or maybe it's some bunk-ass Metroid that nobody likes. It could always be, right? Yeah, a tube you go up and then down and back out, or like a teleporter pad. Definitely not a Metroid. I have no choice but to believe you. A screaming X-Men? Where they got the X-Men going? Where they got the X-Men going? Too old for Metacritic means too old for GBA, right? I think that might have like for GBA? Yes. If it does have it, it's like maybe a year. Maybe not even. Summer Assault or something? Y'all are pulling out games I don't know. Y'all, you have to tell me, I'm afraid. I wonder if they have it. That's the other thing. They don't always have... Oh, it looks like they don't have it. That Spider-Man X-Men vs. Arcade game has some weird graphics. Yeah, you do have a point. You got me there. Scott Summers had listened me to places I wouldn't go with the good. Let's without a hyphen, so I don't screw up my stream. Let's type in X-Men. X-Men the official game. Crazy Chick X. Oh, it doesn't like when I do it without the hyphen. X-Men Destiny. Oh no, I'm gonna have to get a hyphen somewhere. I don't want to risk screwing it up though. It's fine. Oh wait, no, I know what to do. These are advanced tactics that y'all aren't ready for. And then we'll paste it in. There we go. Okay, so what do we have here? X-Men Mutant Academy 2, Mutant Apocalypse, Street Fighter. It's not Origins, I don't think. Reign of Apocalypse, Destiny, the official game, Legends, Mutant Wars, Next Dimension, Wolfie's Rage, Mutant Academy, Legends 2, the one we were talking about, Uncanny X-Men. Brilliant puzzle solving. This is so embarrassing. That's how I type M dashes since I got rid of my 10 key list. If I type in M dash to my browser search bar, M dash, and then un-M dash will show up and I just copy it. Why don't we do that Spider-Man one? Fuck it. There's a game of the Men in Black series? Oh, gotta be. That was the era where every movie got something. Okay. So, it wasn't that. It's a DOS game. Apparently. The grass looks Sonic-y, but also this is a DOS game. The tree, it looks like a how do you put it? A pre-animation version of the Kirby tree. Oh my god, Jazz Jackrabbit? That could be it. I don't know too much about the environments in that game though. Commander Keem, I don't think it would be Commander Keem or Commander Keen. Wait, is Commander Keem also a thing? Because in that case, I don't know. I only vaguely know what Commander Keen looks like. Okay, Keen. No, you're good. With games, especially the other word is just Commander. I fully was like, it might just be another game. No, but this is what the fuck? We're not gonna talk about it. This is a very me thing to do. I only even really know Commander Keen because when I watched a lot of League of Legends, LOL esports, there was a mid laner called Keen, Keane, and he played Orianna. And if you've played Orianna, she's a robot and she has a little ball that like casts her spells for her, and you have to command it around. And so all of her abilities are called command, and then whatever the thing is, command shockwave. And so whenever he did a really hot play as Orianna, they would be like, call him Commander Keen. Does she only go somewhere only she knows? Great track. Blackjack Attack, I found that screenshot just searching DOS Games Tree. That is so funny. That is cheating though. So don't tell me. I'll say the Jazz Jackrabbit. Woo! Good job. I think it was Del Focus who got that right away. Who's she? There he is. It's like Green Hill Zone 3 feet to the left. Oh, jeez. That was odd. Okay, so what am I looking at, folks? Wait, if this is Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. It looks like shit getting blown up in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, no, Lovic, y'all get me. TOTK, we'll put it. Can I just do the abbreviation? No, I can't. Does it, as crunchy and shitty as it is, does it not look like Tears of the Kingdom? Get the fuck out of here. Woo. Good job, team. Video games are funny, you guys. Consistently extremely funny. Ooh, I thought this was 3 games at once. This looks like something that would appear on the bottom screen of a DS. This dust cloud looks very TOTS, but it did. It did. Animal Crossing. I feel like these shrubs look too saucy, you know? Oh, the flowers do look very Yoshi. That is true. But Yoshi hasn't had a game that looks this nice in a long time. Like Yoshi's mainline games have been crafted in Woolly World, right? It does give a little bit of Pokemon. Unfortunately, Pokemon has a lot of cutscenes and shit. That's Bloons? Oh my god, this is a monkey right here, isn't it? Oh look, I reveal a little bit of secrets. A little bit. So is this 6, or do you think it's one of the other ones? Oh, Bowser's Inside Story is not a bad guess. Those flowers look like there's someone farts to me. It does look like a, maybe not a boomerang monkey, but it looks like it's throwing a projectile from behind. We'll say Bloons TD6. The closest Pokemon, I guess, is DPPT remakes. Woof. We'll say, it's our first guess. I'm saying TD6. Wow, and we were just talking about it. Oh, I mean, I think we would have figured it out on that second one. This looks more like Yoshi. Oh, actually, this looks really familiar. Maybe not Yoshi. Feels kind of like Zelda. Yeah, a little like Minish Cap. It feels Minish Cap, Mario and Luigi for the DS, like that kind of family of stuff. Which I don't think Yoshi had a game in that period, but you know, y'all know what I mean. Right, a GBA Zelda, a Yoshi. Even maybe dipping into some DS territory. The farm one. Which one's the farm one? The thing is, there's a lot of GBA Zelda. Well, not a lot, but always more than I think. Well, it's not going to be like Four Swords, right? Oh, you're thinking of Harvest Moon? The trees look pretty Harvest Moonish. This is a nice style of tree to do. How many Mario and Luigi games are there? I always think Bowser's Inside Story is the first one, and I believe that is not true. No, I don't think it's Minish Cap either. I think Minish Cap is much more overhead. How many? Yes. 5? God damn. Let me type in Mario and Luigi. Mario to Luigi, astaku janai. Alright, so it didn't like that, but... Right, it wouldn't be the newest one. Rue says the Harvest Moon trees look like ass. Hi, Rue, as well. Right, there's Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story, Partners in Time, whatever the Brothers one is called. Dream Team? Oh my god, there's more than I thought. There's 5 and 2 remakes. There's remakes of the Mario and Luigi games? They're doing stuff I don't understand. Paper Jam? See, like, Paper Jam, I've truly, and I mean this sincerely, I've never heard of in my life. Maybe the 3DS remake of Superstar Saga. Will that have a different name than just Superstar Saga? Maybe that's why I'm confused. Maybe I saw Superstar Saga and for the 3DS, and that's why I thought it was that. Well, I don't see any other ones, so let's hit that Superstar Saga. No, but this is the correct series. Wait, but this is franchise Mario. That doesn't mean any Mario game, right? Not just anyone? Right? Hopefully. I wonder if it could be the paper one. I don't know. The screenshot's not very good. It's for sure. It looks like one of the... Oh, Partners in Time would make sense because this is like the future. Yeah. Partners in Time. Let's do it with the nice ampersand and colon. Beep. All right. I forgot there was a stash stat. Oh, scroll wheel, please. Don't do this to me. Look, I've had this mouse for a long time. I'll try to clean out the scroll wheel again. I don't think it is, but damn, this looks like a Nancy Drew game. Actually, it really could be a Nancy Drew game. The Shroobs. Nancy Drew be getting up to some stuff, y'all. I hope it's a Nancy Drew game. I wish those games ran better on modern computers because I obviously love point and click adventure games. I love like a girl's game, you know? Mystery of the White Wolf, no, that one's in a lodge. This one, she does have, I think, at least one, because it's Nancy Drew, potentially multiple Egyptian themed ones. I love her VA work on Nancy Drew. Can't go there. You know what I'm saying? It's not the Hidden Staircase. Oh, do they not have all of her games? What kind of website is this? So it might not be Nancy Drew then. Because I do think it has like Pyramid in the title. Can't check that off yet. Dex, how are you? You might be the Nancy Drew expert in chat. I guess I should say this doesn't necessarily look Egyptian, but vaguely. You know, cartoon Egyptian, obviously. I wouldn't be mad at guessing a Nancy Drew game. We hang, and you know how it is. Gosh, it's already 8. You're right, or Cartoon Aztec, totally. But it could also just be... I want to maybe say like Hidden Staircase. Because it really does look like a Nancy game. Fancy Nancy Tea Party Time. I think that must be a different Nancy. I'm fairly certain it's not White Wolf. Because if you go underground in that game, it has to be to like a single level basement made of rocks. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine it being much more. Right, definitely not White Wolf. I don't think it's Haunted Mansion. Clue... Ooh, it's so hard to say. Clue Bender Society. I know nothing about. Truly nothing. Like, I don't even know if I've heard of that one. I'm gonna guess a little Hidden Staircase. Oh, not a mainline game? I see. Yeah, White Wolf, I believe it's called White Wolf because it's called White Wolf Lodge. And so it's like a cabin in, Canada or whatever. 92%. Are we in like a quake? Ew, this is so icky. Gross. This would just be background set dressing. The thing is, 92 is so fucking high. A Kingsfield or adjacent. Hey, that's not bad. I only know Kingsfield for its wide open environments because I haven't played it. I don't know enemies. It's funny you say that, Palm. We had Morrowind maybe like 5, I'm exaggerating, maybe 10 thingies ago. So I would presume it's not Morrowind. But we can all agree that this looks very much like an early 3D first-person RPG. Is this a random head on a pedestal or a head on a body? That's actually a good question. I think it's just a bad body texture. And they put all the polygons there. They put all the texture work in the face, which is the most important part. Oh, yeah, see, because this is so hard to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on stream. There's another one back here, standing up. Y'all see him back there? That is true. I can't imagine Witcher 1 or Kingsfield getting such good grades on Metacritic. What's the one that's not Morrowind? Daggerfall? Could this be Daggerfall? Actually, now that I look at it, I think there's also another guy directly behind him. Like, there's this guy in the front, and then there's this other guy's kind of shoulders, I think. I think they're lining up to attack the player. Nancy Drew in the Cannibal Apocalypse. She'd survive. She'd survive. I could vaguely imagine Daggerfall getting a 92. But again, that's very high. If it's not Daggerfall... This isn't Thief, is it? No, I think Uncharted 1 is too late. I think it looks nicer than this. Thief could have a 92. There are supernatural elements like zombies in that game. I can't recall a zombie that looks like this. But I am kind of feeling Thief. This is a very Thiefish zone in this image. And Thief does have some very brief pre-rendered cutscenes. Right, the zombie could be too detailed. People did also really like Thief 2, The Metal Age, and there is metal there. There's metal in the first Thief 2, but it's it's in the title of the second one. So I think Thief 2 might be the guess. Because like people already love Thief 1, still like Thief 2. So I think 92 is a reasonable. Oh, it is Thief though. Maybe I think this is the first one then. Based on this thing. Yes. This is modded. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. Get these guys out of my face. Oh yeah, Thief the Dark Project is the first one. It's just named that because they didn't know they were going to make a second one. But the rest of that was modded for sure. This could be the quarry, but that sky looks too fancy, I think. This is like the blood moon. Because the thing in the back it looks like a ski lodge of some variety, you know? Ooh, could this be one of the Tomb Raiders? The one that's not the first one? Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think is the second one. We did just have Until Dawn, so it shouldn't be that one. It has a Shadow of the Tomb Raider vibe. I do think that she goes to an area that's like this. Right, it looks very solar eclipse-ish, but it might just be drama. Although the first Tomb Raider, I do believe there's a solar eclipse, because there's that whole thing with the sun goddess and Sam and all that. Yes, I am a lesbian. Thank you so much for asking. I love it here. Let's type in Tomb Raider and see what'll come up. Because the problem is, I don't know if this site is as good about putting the year of release. Because the first Tomb Raider is called Tomb Raider. The 2013 game is also called Tomb Raider. The one where Lara gets hundreds of brown people killed, but not before she gets hundreds of white people killed. I think it's Shadow. Because I also can't find the other one. But it might just be that it's hard to find. Let's say. Nope, that's anime. Who the fuck are you? This looks like a Soul Cal character. Sam Lara Nation. You get me? Ooh, I'm trying to discern what this image even is. I can only discern the anime. FF10? Who in 10 looks like this, though? Right, Rise is the snowy one. Shadow's the one I don't know as much about. I just know it's edgier. You know, it's the dark center thing. MK1. Oh, this is... Her name's not Syndra. Syndra's League of Legends. Sindel. Now, here's the question. If I type in Mortal Kombat 1... I fucking hate them for this shit. Ooh, I fucking hate them for this shit. I think it's this one. And you're good, Brady. You know, there'll be some lag sometimes. That's okay. Oh, there you go. Tough about these games. Okay. I do want to say Halo, though. No, never mind. I changed my mind. Looking more at this hand. Melina wins. The newer Tomb Raider games, I like the first one, okay? I didn't play the other ones. After no lesbianism happened, I said, why the fuck would I play these? Because they're just okay. Yeah, this has to be Rise of the Tomb Raider. They went back old school style. Rise had Baba Yaga in it. Yeah, the newer Tomb Raiders are way too torture porny for me. I felt like such an insane person because I was like what 14 or whatever when the first of the Tomb Raider remakes came out, and I was like, why is no one talking about the fact that this game has shot for shot ripoffs of The Descent, the horror film The Descent, and I was saying what? Why is no one like the pickaxe is the same, the scene underground is the same when she's falling down and her leg gets stuck on the and she falls, it's the same. And I was like, how is no one talking about this? Obviously, it has to be a reference point in there, but it drove me wild that no one was saying it. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. I just felt so like confused. So there's elements of those games that are really good, but they definitely feel held back. The bow in that game felt extremely good. When you got a bow and arrow in a game, it gotta feel good. It gotta feel good, and that one does. I should probably try to actually guess what this is though. Could this be like a Legacy of Kain, maybe? Star Wars Shadows of the Empire? You think this is like a... Well, I don't know actually. Maybe a Rancor? In terms of like things that are scaly and reddish. When they give us a fucked up screenshot like this, it's something iconic. That is true. That is true. There's a Hoth level and it could be protagonist's shoulders. Okay. It looks like a little red like T-Rex thingy or something. Right, I was gonna say Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. He has like one stinky arm. Like Ashitaka, right? Too high detail to be dire docs, but I thought of 64 at first. Oh yeah, it could be like a rusted thingy. Yeah, no, the wall doesn't look right. How many Legacy of Kains are there? Oop, Legay. It's not Pride Month anymore, you can't say that. Oh my god, I can't type. Oh, there's actually more than I thought. I thought there were only like 4. Should I just put in one of them? That's true. The first was a top-down, which I think that one's Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. I think. It did have some choice dialogue, that's true. Yeah, maybe just do the first guess. I think this is the most famous one is Soul Reaver 2. And I know that one is 3D. So I guess that one, screw it. Oh, nope, not even close apparently. Now we're getting somewhere though. We got drips, we got a Metacritic score. I am not touching my mouse. It's just real bad. We got some drips. We got a Metacritic score of 85. We have stone. We have, I think, rain. I think there's rain back here. God, I really need to replace this mouse. I would have guessed thief for this one, but we already did that. I know, right? But the portal, or whatever this is, this particulate effect, I don't think is very thief. Although I will say on the first one I was thinking thief, because there's really like, in Thief the Dark Project, you do get to that place, or multiple places towards the end, where you're just fighting dinosaurs. Like actual dead-ass dinosaurs. This isn't some place I don't remember from VTM. But this doesn't look VTM. Turok? Oh, the first Prey is, I don't think, I want to say the first Prey is slightly older, or slightly newer than this, pardon me. I want to say it's more in that 2003 zone. Whereas to me, this looks about a 99. 99, 2000. I hope it's not an arena shooter because there's a lot of them and I'm not good at guessing them. Oh no, Palm's also thinking an arena shooter, Unreal 1. Could it be Strife, that id Tech game? I'm not familiar with Strife. So anything is possible. That's why the portals were making me think arena shooter. Or I guess I shouldn't say portals. I don't know what they are, but they look like portals to me. Flash of Daikatana? But that's way too high a rating for Daikatana. Is that a hole in the ceiling or a thing coming down from the ceiling? Partially because I think these particles are rain, I assume that's going into an open arena. In fact, it kind of looks like another reason why it looks kind of like an arena shooter, or I guess I should say like a boomer shooter, but specifically one that's slightly further along in time than like a Doom, is this looks like it is a castle, but there's 4 parapets that are each connected by bridges. And this is me speculating, just to be clear, you can use some little portals to go up to the second level and shoot across at each other across the parapets, or you're down on the ground and it's raining. Which is why like I'm kind of into the Unreal guess. I don't know what this is still, but I think Hexen. That's actually a good pull, Hexen. I don't know much about what Hexen looks like off the dome though. No, I don't think a Quake. But that's why I'm like maybe Unreal. Let's see what they got in terms of Unreal. Okay. Well, Unreal 1 is 99? Cuz they were a little later than Quake. I think that's right. Unreal Gold, you think? Let's guess it. Nope. No, because hey, fellas, this is fucked up. You can't just do this. You can't put this as the third screenshot. Is this the original Conan game? Because this is such a Conan arm. But a virtual hide glide. No, yeah, PC. Is this the first Doom the Dark Ages? Ooh, Might and Magic is not a bad guess. Well, no, I don't think so. A real dog biscuit era of graphics. Oh, EverQuest. That's such a good guess. That makes sense to me, so I'm just doing it. Yeah. That makes so oh yeah. It's all coming it's all coming together. GG. I didn't like looking at that. It's kind of it's real crunchy, but it's kind of giving like Mario Kart or Monkey Ball. Thank you. Literally, as I was trying to formulate the thought, Dex had already typed it. Is it just it's the first one? Because there also are a lot of these. Oh. Wait, are they all called Super Monkey Ball? I want it to be golf with your friends. That is the pattern, right? The checkerboard. I don't know why. I thought that I did think it did a Mario where it started as Monkey Ball and then it became Super Monkey Ball. Oh shit, fuck. I clicked the wrong one. Or, well, I guess I should, maybe we just didn't know. I might guess 2, but it's 1. It's 1 or 2. 2. Okay. There you go. No game has ever made me want to break a controller more than Monkey Ball. Ooh, I can't with those games, y'all. I can't. I knew something. Yippee. It always feels good to guess one of these because there's so many fucking games. It might be Tokimeki with that background. This. No. I was gonna say, what is it called? Kingdom Come Deliverance. Just because it's just like a nice pastoral scene with the castle that's also there. AC1? It could be. I feel like it's a little too lush to be AC1. Right, I'm just here for the vibes. I feel accomplished when I can guess a game. No, that's exactly how it works. This is the game that we play, that it's best when there's a lot of people around. Because if everyone knows one thing in a cycle, we can get real far. Oh, y'all thinking AC as well? Yeah, I mean, it does look like something you do. Ooh, what is it called? The dive? It's not called the eagle dive, is it? But you go up and then you do the eagle fly around thing and then you jump. Yeah, AC1 is very desert-ish, but there probably are greener areas. Oh, it's just called Leap of Faith. Let's see that ass Creed. Don't make me scroll a lot for the first one. Close enough. Oh, wait. Now listen. Oh, you think this is the Connor one? I was thinking that this was the new one. I'm trying to... What is this thing then? I mean, if a couple of y'all think it's 3, then I'll go for 3. The funny thing is, I technically have 3, but the only version of 3 I've played is it called Freedom Cry, where you play as Aveline Ducoin. Right? Is it an American fort or Japanese? We'll say 3. A couple people thought 3 right off the bat. Oh, Stadia, my guy. Okay, so it would have to come out at a very specific time because Stadia no longer exists, right? So this does have to be the Egypt one. Assassin's Creed Oranges. Can I just say this? No. Oh, yes, it's right there. Okay, there's too many of these fucking games. It's Odyssey then. Jesus Christ. Oh no, Valhalla, that's right. There's a Viking one. I always think that Valhalla and Odyssey are the same game. And you know what? That's not my fault. Jesus Christ. Kid, you pet the dog? My eyes. Oh, this is a car. Wait, is this a little animal? Is this an animal in the car? Anthem? That was fast. I'll jump with you. It's not Anthem. This could have been Brink. No, it looks a little too like retro future. Oh, fuck me. Is this that fucking game that John played? No, Nomep? Is this Nomep? Yeah, is this Atomic Heart? This is what the architecture kind of looks like, at least to me. And they have all these big scenes and you're like flying around, right? I think. Atomic, boring, sexy robots, but they're so sexy. I don't know if, we'll guess it. I'll guess it. Yay, no map. I was gonna say, that's one of the bummer things about this game is I actually love the world design a lot. I really liked how these levels looked. The Crispy Critters game. It does look like a shitty Eastern Bloc car. I was gonna say Wind Waker, but I'm actually not sure. It looks slightly too detailed to be Wind Waker. It looks kind of like medieval. The world design is so pretty. Did you see those railings? Those railings look nice. Oh, Orcs Must Die. That's actually, I think that is right. Hi, Flop. I'm gonna straight and put in Orcs Must Die and see what the vibe is. Because this, right, the unaligned gate bar is like very cartoony, and Orcs Must Die, it's a tower defense game, kind of, first person tower defense, and you run around, you put the traps down, and then you like press the lever at the door, and then it opens. Yeah, okay, nice guess. This game, pretty fucking fun. I just like, I'm a sucker for this style of game where it's like the third person shooter and also a tower defense. What was the one that came out right around the time of this? It was sci-fi, you played as a girly. And you played as a girly and it was sci-fi. It wasn't called Anthem, but it was one word like that. Anthem, Ricochet, like something like that. I remember being like so jazzed by what I saw of like YouTubers play that game. Lara Croft Womb Raider. Sanctum, yes, thank you. That game seems so fun. Where are we looking at? We're feeling a little top down, right? Age of Empires, or perhaps a old crunchy RPG. A lot of people won't tell you this, but the C in CRPG stands for crunchy. Look at our MS Paint grass. I wish I could draw an MS Paint like this. Cutting carbs, honey. Oh, there's more Age of Empires than I thought. I know, okay, listen. I know objectively there's not only two of them, but everybody only likes the second one, right? If that was my one good guess, I'll be of no use now. Farewell. Just when you think that, some obscure game that only you have played has showed up. Let's just guess Age of Empires. Well, we got the right franchise. There are more of them. Lava? Right. Wait, Age of Mythology counts as the same series? Because I was going to say, this looks very fantasy-ish, and Age of Empires I don't know to be very fantasy-ish. But, huh. Okay, well, I'm glad y'all were here, because I truly was like, well, it can't be the same thing, because that's technically a different series. I was going to say Zork. This can't be Zork, right? Actually, I don't even know when this command line would appear in Zork. No, I don't think it would. Tragically, they only made one Age of Mythology. They just remade it, though, right? At least. I heard it was a good remake. If I'm correct. If Contact for the DS shows up, I've got it down. And if Contrast for the Xbox, PlayStation 3, and PC comes out, I'll get that one. Well, it's all a circle. Tetris Mom, my favorite guess. Oh, Fallout 3. Yeah, the hacking minigame in Fallout 3. That actually does make a lot of sense. Because I was thinking that, or like, again, like some terminal on something. I need to remind myself sometimes that the screenshots are pulled in, you know? You just beat Contrast the other day. Nice. What did you think of it? I was so obsessed with that game as a kid. I don't know why. Y'all probably know how it is when like you're young and you are exposed to like a lot of games from the internet and whatnot, that you're just like, wow, like anything's possible and every game is good. Yeah, Contrast is the kind of like French noir game. Oh, wait, you're straight up guessing Tetris, Percy? Sorry, I thought you were doing a bit. My bad. It's not Fallout 3? You think it's too... Oh, yeah, there's not enough characters. Well, hang on. Because that's the whole thing, is that it's filled up with type. Love the delightfully French storyline, too. They're making another game, right? This isn't Rogue? No, Rogue... I haven't put this out anywhere, but I originally... This eventually became partially of like one of the genres pieces, but I was writing something that was more just about genres in general and roguelikes, and I believe the way I described the original Rogue was it looks like paper clips fell on a black carpet, so I don't think this is Rogue. Tetris Mama. No. Not even roasted, it's old. Oh, yeah, they are the South of Midnight studio, right? Or are they... Oh, now I'm getting my studios mixed up. Or did they start working on something else? It could be... I don't think the screen is full enough to be Dwarf. Can I get just Tetris? Excuse me. Did I pass it? Is this my scroll wheel? Yep, that is what happened. Nice. Here's the thing. I was gonna say, I love all y'all, but I know Percy is old to a very serious level. If Percy says, I'm not joking, that was a real guess, they are being dead fucking serious. Because as many of y'all have pointed out for yourselves, Percy is someone who's like, I've never heard of a game in my life and I've never played a game and I'm so bad at game duel and guess the game. And then Percy will see one of the 5 games that she knows and say, no, I'm sorry, everybody shut the fuck up right now. So very good. This I don't think it is, but it looks kind of like Escape Academy. Right, Percy will come out of nowhere with the guess. If Percy's strong enough to be guessing and not joking, it's right. Yeah, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Oh, maybe like a surgeon sim, yeah. There is a scalpel in the little bucket here. 5,600 milliliters. Because the first surgeon sim was just the torso, right? And the funny physics. But the second one, not only does it have like better VR support, but it's like the whole room. That'd be a good pull. See again, if Percy guesses. Okay, there's a lot more in this game than I thought actually. Oh no. The thing is, I don't even think that's surgeon breakage. I think that's just VR wrists. This might be a Might and Magic. Y'all are too big brained. With all of our brains combined, we have one really big brain. Oh no, a Civ 2. I was gonna say, if y'all are coming in, hang on, I have to remember how to spell civilization. I love, there's a different, let's look through the pictures for fun. You go to space all the way in Civ 2? I didn't know that. Wow. It was the only game I had for a year. Nice. Not a bad game to have. Don't be the forest. Wait, is this Skyrim? But this, I know it's a fucking Bethesda game, so it might be this again. The sky looks wrong, but this might be Skyrim. If it's not Skyrim, I'm guessing Skyrim. Fuck it. Yeah, exactly. You're awake. But I think that guy has more hair. But this does look like Skyrim. It's not. Oh my god, hello? What's happening? Is this Redfall? 7 Days to Die. Oh, a 45? That makes me think more towards Redfall than 7 Days to Die. But yeah, that's what's confusing. Is 7 Days to Die? I thought that game was quite well liked. Although I get a lot of these games confused. Rust, 7 Days to Die, Daisy, Arma, etc. Did 7 Days to Die have an early access period and then it hit 1.0 and then maybe, it wasn't well received then at that point and it got review bombed? Joe is Hungry's wife loves 7 Days to Die apparently. Good for her. Gamer. I need to listen to that episode. That was so crazy. Y'all, I didn't know that was happening either. I was just as surprised as you were. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about, John? Right, the long beta of 7 Days to Die. That makes sense to me. Oop. We'll start with 7 Days to Die, and if not, we're going straight to Redfall. Just because this Crisplosion looks so Redfall-ish. But the building looks 7 Days to Die. Yeah. You can't say that. Right, the Metacritic score is current for sure. Who put Vaseline on the damn camera? Is this like RE3 or something? Don't ask me why, but it feels like RE3. Percy's right 40% of the time. No, Percy, they meant that 40% of the time you jump out of nowhere and just guess it. At least that's how I read it. You just want to be saucy, I see. Right, I'm thinking RE2, RE3. It seems scary, spooky, scary, right? Oh, Evil Within's not bad either. The blur's giving Batman. That's true. Unfortunately, I cannot read the words on the side of the Amber Lance, so I can't say if it says, Gotham or Arkham or something. Right? Like I like Evil Within as a guess. The thing that's strange to me is the environment we find ourselves in, because this is like a cobblestone street, like it's like a Gotham street, a tight cobblestone street, which looks Batman-y. And also, yes, I can't tell if this is film grain or if it's a bad screenshot and it is raining in the video game. I'll drink my water while the ads are on. Ooh, I've never swallowed water worse. I had to unmute because it made me laugh so hard, which is making it worse. Ooh, a third of that sip down the esophagus. The only woman to ever drown on land. Well, I guess that's not true. Isn't that crazy? You can drown in like a couple inches of water. Scary stuff. I need another screenshot to confirm, but I think I have it, Landfish. Lay it on me. Yeah, it looks too open for Condemned. If it was Condemned, I'd have to think it was a cutscene. I did not like Condemned 2, from what I recall of it. Back on my old Xbox. There was... This is going to sound deranged, because it is, especially if I'm right. I believe there's a psychic bear at the end of Condemned 2. I believe there's a psychic bear at the end of Condemned 2. There's definitely a bear. I think it's psychic. Because they go fully into the paranormal in that game, like towards the end. If I'm right, I'm the psychic bear. Heavy rain does make sense. It do be raining. Let's do it. Woo! Terrible. I got Detroit in one guess. You got heavy rain in one guess. Nah, I'm in Jaden. This looks so familiar. I briefly was going to say this is a Harry Potter, but no. Is this me? No, because they don't have cutscenes. I was going to say Banished. Jason! What was my favorite Xbox game? Ooh. All the way for the Xbox? That's a good question. Probably... Oh, no, Halo Reach was 360, wasn't it? I'm trying to think of what I played the most for the Xbox. Oh, it has to be Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think. Oh my god, Dreamfall? It's totally giving Dreamfall. Yeah, for Xbox, I would say either Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Spy vs. Spy. I always want to say Spy vs. Spy because nobody ever knows it. I loved the 2005 or whatever Spy vs. Spy for the Xbox. I played that so much with my friends. That and split screen Battlefront 2. Oh, I love Castle Crashers was 360 actually when we played it, I think. But I like Castle Crashers a lot. It's definitely giving Dreamfall. Well, it feels maybe a little slightly too nice, but there are a lot of them. Right, this is a little wonky, so more Fable. Fable foggy. Yeah, Spy vs. Spy. There's one Spy vs. Spy for like the SNES or something. And then there's that one on the Xbox, and I just loved it. It almost gave me nightmares though, because there's like, you can like how do I put it? If you do little platforming challenges throughout the maps, then you can like pull a little lever and set a trap behind you, or you can keep it off so you can run through faster, like whatever. And so it was just like the game of like you go through an area and then you trick your friends into following you, and so they get grabbed by the monster under the bed, or they get electrocuted or blown up or whatever. And of course it's Spy versus Spy, so it's always like bombastic cartoon kills, and then you have like all the things you would want out of Spy versus Spy. So you have like the little, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. You have the little clapping monkey with dynamite and stuff like that. Q*bert from Wreck-It Ralph. Did they make a game about him? I loved how he talked in Wreck-It Ralph. Well, I guess he talks in general, but nah, it's a little too Animal Crossing, but y'all know what I mean. This could be Max Payne. Is this a hand? Or maybe like Goldeneye? Q*bert from that Adam Sandler movie. Oh, Tony. Oh, hang on. I'm way farther back than I thought. I see. I believe that's what the kids call a half pipe. Pretty cool, aren't I? Ay, damn ass scroll wheel. Oh. Wait. No, okay. It's not THPS1. I guess it's 2 then? Hi, Sparks. How are you? I think it's just the second one. This dude's had so many games. Beep. Okay. Nice. I was never much good at skating style games. Whoa. The thing is, when I see a bunch of chains and shit, I'm like, oh, Silent Hill. But this environment does not look familiar to Silent Hill to me. This particular one, I mean. COD Modern Warfare? Oh, Guild War makes sense too. This looks like the thing in season 5 of Buffy where spoilers, she died. I guess I shouldn't read it out loud, but spoilers happen. I'll just say that. Hi, Danny. Right, it looks too good. There's too many little bits everywhere for Silent Hill. Is this just Guild Wars? Because I really only know the second one. And the thing is, Guild Wars is so much older than I think it is, and it's still kicking and having a great time. This is like a 2D platformer. I think it looks like there's this thing in the back here that it looks like a staircase you can go up. So it looks very like 3-dimensional to me. Fellas, I think the Red Sox are going to lose. I'm going to say Guild Wars. Yeah. The thing that's wild is the second game I think looks pretty good. It looks pretty good to the point that it still looks pretty good, and that game's been out for like a jillion years. Lofic. That's real. Oh, are we flying? We have an altitude marker on the right. Is this like AC6 or something, maybe? Looks like big and complicated. AC6. Oh, do I need to say Fires of Rubicon? I could probably just say... I'm just going to say this. Yeah. They don't care. They don't care. You don't got to be that specific. I've been out for a jillion years. Happy Pride is over. Ooh, this looks crunchy. I was almost gonna say like Haunting Ground, but no, it looks so crunchy. It's crunchy in only way like a DS game can be crunchy, so I don't think so. But in general, then I don't know what it be. Oh, a DMC in Eternal Darkness. Okay, Catholicism, stained glass windows. Uh-huh. It's always wishful thinking when it comes to Eternal Darkness, right? I don't think it would be a Bayonetta. A DMC makes sense. But that's because I only have a passing knowledge of DMC. If you have a DMC expert, hit me up. All right, way too crunchy for Bayo. DMC 4, if anything. What, hanging from the ceiling? A girl, I think. Girl in bikini? Woman? Oh, DMC4 is all the way on the 360? Wow. DMC is very vertical. Those windows look annoying. It does look like you can run and jump around up here, right? Like, why can't I see a little platform on this buttress? I'm going to say Devil May Cry 3. Wait, did we say 3? Oh, the first Devil May Cry for sure. Now, hang on. Because I remember this being some bullshit. I have to say Devil May Cry, right? If it says DMC... Oh, no. Never mind. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just going to say Devil May Cry. Oh. Oh. Now, hang on. Metacritic score 90. Is this like a Deus Ex? Oh, Time Splitters. That does make sense. Oh. Oh, I forgot my sound effects are off. No, they're not. It played for me, but not for y'all, because I did not want to accidentally play copyrighted music. VGB's Juan, a happy late birthday, and thank you for giving 5 GIF subs to Dex, Pantera, Soy Socks, Andy, and Bonk. Enjoy y'all's emojis. How you doing, Juan? I mean VGBs. I guess it could technically be more than one person, but I presume it's John. I'll put in that Time Splitters. It's me, Anastasia. Oh, it's not the first. Oh, this is 2 then, I think. But I'll allow some time for deliberation. Imagine Nikki just out here splashing now. Yeah. Oh, no one else has the keys? I figured maybe Nikki has the login or like a stream key or something. But probably not to dollars. Yeah, John VGBs. This is Men in Black. It does look like the same set. They should have them. I guess that's true. Wow, rip the Red Sox. Oh well. Can't win them all. Just gonna bring his signature editing style to the VGV's channel. I think 2 I played that one. Time Splitters, I watched my older sibling play, and I used to be terrified of it. Because there is an enemy, a boss in Time Splitters, I think it's Time Splitters 2, called the Deer Haunter. And you're in like a little cabin area. And there's a big like deer head on the wall. And then it's a fucking whole guy actually hidden behind it. And he busts through the wall. And I thought it was so scary as a child. Nice. Scared the living shit out of me. One of the few things to like really and seriously scare me as a child. In terms of games. We're feeling a little macabre, feeling a little cel-shaded. Right? A little telltale-y. A Wolf Among Us. Can I say? This game's not good. I felt so validated because this channel I really like, Game Assist, who do really awesome like video essays and stuff, and they've done a lot of extensive like deep dives into like Life is Strange and stuff, and as well as the Walking Dead game series. They finally played The Wolf Among Us, and were like, I don't really like it. And I said, yes, thank you. I don't care for A Wolf Among Us. A Wolf Among Us, the Wolf Among Us. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if I ever actually physically played Time Splitters 2 or if I exclusively watched my older sibling play it. But I thought it was great. Is that the Castlevania with Grant D. Nasty? Again, y'all could just be saying stuff for some of these games. And I would have no concept. I love T-Wow, my man. Dex, don't make me read you in front of everybody. Now, I never would have gotten this, so we're really lucky Percy is here. Because I also suspect a lot of us would not have gotten this. I'm immune. All you need is some okay-looking man in the game. That's all you need. And that's what I'll say. T-Wow is only for people who really like a kind of guy. And what is his name? Big B Wolf. Ah, that's so funny. This looks extraordinarily familiar. I don't think it's Owl Boy, but it is perhaps like Moonlighter. I'm not ruined. Squidward. But y'all be twins. So you can't say nothing. You can't say I'm not ruined when you're twinning. I guess this could also be Sea of Stars. I feel like the color palette is not quite right, but the pixel density is very Sea of Stars. And that game does employ like pretty heavy shading, I feel like. Oh, now Sea of Stars spelled like that. That's a good jogging. Oh yeah, Wargroove's art style. I'll go with Sea of Stars for now, but I'm falling back to Wargroove if nothing else. No, yeah. Does stuff get that big in Wargroove? Right, the art style is very Miss Stars. Thanks for the hype train, team. By the way, once I get paid by Twitch.tv, I will pass those along and then dono match them to Organización Latina Trans in Texas. It's the hole in the wall. I don't know why that made me think of Fly on the Wall by... Is it Miley Cyrus who sings that? It could be Selena, but I think it's Miley. The hit game Hole in the Wall. They look slightly cel-shaded, don't they? These holes. Oh, could this maybe be like Sam and Max? And like the cartoon is like, you know, I forget which one is which, but the rabbit's head pokes out of the smaller one and then the dog's head pokes out of the bigger one. That would kind of make sense, right? The only hole in the wall I know is SH4, and this is not SH4. The hole's not scary enough to be SH4, gang. The problem is that if it is Sam and Max, there are... Actually, there's not an enormous amount of those games, but there's a few. Oh, wait, there's actually... Fuck me, there's more than I thought. Okay, well... I thought there were like 6 of them. Okay. It could be Night of the Raving Dead because this is black and white and you're going through a wall like a Zambo, black and white film. Night of the Raving Dead, obviously a play on Night of the Living Dead. It seems to be the most movie-themed name, and this looks kind of movie-themed. So I think this makes sense. Yeah, I think some of them, they've listed too many of what there are. Oh, there's only like 4. Okay, maybe I am right then. Oh, it's not Sam and Max. Is this Escape Academy? Wait, then what the fuck is this? No, hang on. No. 88% on Metacritic. It's 232 in game. Keep talking and nobody poops their pants. Keep talking. This is a game I wanted bad when it came out, but I have never had friends. We'll move on. Oh, it's the Carolina Raisins game. No, I actually don't know what this is. Unless there is a Carolina Raisins game. Wait, California Raisins? I think California. To be fair, when this came out, I was a young alcoholic, which is the objectively correct way to play Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, I would say. The Raisin Bran 2 Scoop Sun. It looks very retro landfill. I mean, is it maybe just like Putt-Putt? Oh, Toontown. That makes sense. Oh, the clouds are very Toontown. You gonna be getting that Toontown online, Percy? Toontown. I was gonna say, I know it's just who modded the fuck out their Toontown? Look at the fidelity on this bitch. That game looks good, but it does not look that good. Is this 16 or maybe Tekken. Final Fantasy 16, I mean. Do you want fidelity? Get married. I'm trying. I'm trying. Because at first I looked at this and I thought, that looks like it must be Final Fantasy 16. And then I looked at the ground and I was like, that really looks like the lava meteor stage from Tekken 8. Or it could be Liza P. And that would explain why this thing is so big and weird looking. I think it's too nice to be the darkness. I'll take Liza P. I shook Liza Minnelli's hand. Well, not really. I put my hand in hers and she's already kind of shaky. God, that's so funny. She's going to hell for that, but damn, that was funny. What is this? Is this the little bard game? You know, the little bard game. By Wishes Unlimited. Who did Beastie Ball? Wander Song. Is this Wander Song? Thank you. I'll be honest, I don't think I was going to get the title if you hadn't told me, but it is what I was thinking of. I'm doing it. Fuck. Oh, wait, this isn't how I thought it looked at all. A strange little vignette. Okami. This doesn't look very Okami-ish to me. I can see what's going on, so it can't be Okami. Oh, yeah, Kirby Air Ride. That looks right. 61%. Well, you don't do anything in Kirby Air Ride. Okay, what if I experience joy in the sandbox? What then? Because I'll be honest, I only played one game mode of Kirby Air Ride, and I played it endlessly. I played it all the time. We're in space. Yeah, I don't believe 61% for Okami, because despite how much the end game of Okami is a slog, still very well received. Yeah, City Trials Real Smokers mode. You get it. I was just a child, but that's what I was doing. Master of Orion. I forget. You're a 4X pervert, right, Palm? Oh no, Kami hater. I was also just a child, but you know I'm lighting up when Air Riders comes out. Okay. I'm still a square. Huh? Okay, no, that's real Japanese. I had to read for a second because I thought briefly, I was like, oh, Beyond Good and Evil. No, that actually looks like Japanese. What does this say? Oh, this font's hard though. Oh, love Katamari? But then how is this? Whatever. That would make sense. Love Katamari. Yeah, Okami very flat. Very flat, very bloom. That's why I was like, I can see what's going on in the screenshot, so it can't be Okami. No. Is this maybe Power Wash? I looked at the pots and I briefly thought it was Botany Manor, but I think it's Power Wash. Look at that fugly ass fucking car. Yeah. Pretty fun game, gotta say. I was on that train early. I should have become a world famous Power Wash influencer. Is this like Pokemon Black and White 2 or something? I was gonna say Twowie. You think Jet Set? No, there's 2D guys up here. It's definitely a DS game. Oh, Elite Beat's not a bad guess. I think it's Twowie though, especially because of the environment. I don't know what this purple thing is though. I don't actually know anything about these games. I just know the character outfits. Yeah, Twowie. Is Mutation? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have been so cocky. I was pretty confident it was Mutation. Well, aren't I a liar? Because this is completely different now. It does still look familiar though. It looks like some bullshit ass puzzle game I played. Not Mutazidos. Man, this really looks like fucking Mutation. What could this be? And then it has 3D. This looks more 3D. This is what my brain tells me flow or flower looks like. Yeah, when I imagine it. It's absolutely Switch. The game is called Switch, Percy? Or you mean it's on the Switch is what I imagined, but yeah, okay. Just checking. The thing is, these statues look familiar, but again, I was damn sure it's Mutazion. If it's not Mutazion, what is this? Maybe this is like a map select or something? Wait, could this be Immortals Phoenix Rising? I don't know where that first thing would come from, but the second one looks more like Immortals. Oh, is it Ring Fit and this is the map? I don't know why I enunciated that P so hard. Okay. Gay people, happy Pride. Huh? You can't say that. Let's move on. I tilt my head to the side. Is this Frostpunk? No. What? Maybe. It does look kind of Tomb Raider-y, these little platforms. I want to say Frostpunk, though. Bro, wait. I gotta take these nails off, guys. But acrylics are such a pain to take off. Okay. Oh, it does look familiar, though. I want to say this is like the first Elder Scrolls or something. Acrylics seem like a nightmare period. I love them, though. It doesn't help. I have really stubby natural nails, my nail beds. So I just like having long nails. I will say there's always a thing of like people being like, how do you get anything done? You know, that's like a stereotypical like question. Most things are perfectly easy and you get used to it. But my nemesis are those plastic things from the supermarket that you get cakes and brownies in. I cannot, for the life of me, open them with acrylics this long. I'm sure there's a secret. I've never figured it out. I usually end up grabbing them and squeezing them until they open. Just a real, like a nice pop, you know? One day I'll try it, but it seems so tedious. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you tell them what length you want, right? So you could always get a shorter one. I also think it helps. I don't know how easy it is to tell. Probably not that easy, but I always get coffin-shaped acrylics. I find them much easier to work with than like stiletto. I mean, stilettos are just dangerous. If you're not confident, don't get stilettos. The bad thing about coffins is that if they're built up correctly, the corners are very dull. Actually, they're like meatier. They're fairly dull. I swear to God, I don't feel like I can safely scratch the corners of my eyes adequately to satisfy the itch. But I like them a lot. It's just you just need to get them applied somewhere nice. Though I'd go for biting. I obviously have no pinky nail. I explained this at the beginning of the stream, but it started to come off. And luckily, because my pinky nail is so small, I can just, if they're starting to, if the adhesive is starting to go, you can just like crack on the side and then just the whole thing comes off. Or most of the whole thing. But the other ones are on too tight. They do my nails too well at this place. I've had these for like almost a month. Or maybe a full month. We're giving Diabler. Also, I think I already said, have any of our Tomb Raider guesses been right so far? No. Look, Lara Croft is everything. Oh yeah, you could do press-ons too. There are times though where I was like, I was confident my nail would break. Not acrylics. We'll do Diablo 2. Fuck. All right. Diablo. What are we feeling? 3? Okay. I know someone else said 3 or 4. Let's just go straight to 3. There you go. Nothing wrong with wanting gay adventure girl all the time. You get it. You get it. Oh, this looks so, you know? It will never be Lara Croft of management. They're watching in on the stream. Yeah. The rail looks like Sunset Overdrive. The environment looks blander than I remember that game, but maybe it's bad angle, bad area. Nails are definitely a practice makes perfect thing. Sometimes it's just like remembering, like kind of reminding yourself in your head, like whenever you get, like if you have like a jar of skincare stuff. Now this is probably Death Stranding, honestly. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, if you have like a jar of skincare products, you can't do what you normally do and scoop. You have to like scoop under. Everyone's saying here's the thing, folks. Everyone's saying this has got to be Rise of the Tomb Raider. Unfortunately, Percy, who is a former competitive Gears of War player, has told me it's Gears 5. So I'm afraid I can't fucking believe any of you guys, and I have to believe Percy. Yay! Y'all don't know the tales Percy has regaled me with of the, I forget what it's called, the bombo from Gears, whatever it's called, and their many escapades with the bombo. And this could be Rogue. This is what I was talking about. The torque bow. Thank you. Is there Lara DLC for Gears? They should be. Now you're fucking talking. Oh my god, wait. It could be Rogue. I'm thinking it could be something else, but I'm going to keep it to myself because I'm fairly confident no one else is going to guess it. I'll keep it in my back pocket until we get a few things wrong. No, Dead by Daylight, boo hiss. Galaga's Stars is not a bad guess. I remember a friend of mine had a mini Galaga cabinet in their house, and I thought it was the coolest thing on the earth. Feels like Bit Trip. This is Galaga. All right, so the thing that I was gonna say, if I don't get anything else right, is I swear to God, if this is the confetti from Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. It's one thing to guess Detroit Become Human on the first try. Five Nights at Freddy's from the confetti, that's you can't do that. This looks slightly cartoony city. Big city. Fallout 4? Yeah, oh, this thing looks very Fallout 4. Are there any buildings in Fallout 4 that are that tall, though? That's like my first thought. Because these buildings look quite real. It's reminding me of maybe like Crackdown or something. GTA 5? Oh, that's true. You can't go in the buildings in GTA. Well, you know what I mean. This doesn't look like Boston. Doesn't look like Boston to me. 360 GTA 5. Can I just type in GTA 5? Will you be nice to me? Grand theft. That's the thing, is while your nails are growing out when you have a cook, so you have to like constantly adjust to the new length. And because these are grown out so bad, good job, team. They're at such a high length at this point. Oh, I have to skip the thing. Ooh, I'm pushing 3 hours now. What number are we on? 5:45? Maybe we'll do like 15 more or something like that. Damn, she was my first guess, but I ain't saying nothing. You gotta have confidence. Because what's better than being right? Being wrong, but it's funny and someone saves you. Until we get a Tomb Raider game, right? This is making me... I'm like, my brain can't wrap around the perspective of this. I can't tell if we're super closely zoomed in or really far pulled out. What's your Thronebreaker? MTG Arena? Oh yeah, and this is the playmat maybe? It's weird. It looks like it's like a stone, a wide flat stone thing in water, or like a broken bridge or something. I stopped painting my nails a few months ago to let my nail bed regrow a bit, but I should get back into it. Do you paint straight onto them, RJ? Do you use like those nice like cuticle oils and stuff? Because I always wanted to do that, but I was so lazy. A close-up of a shield is possible too. I don't know why, but I immediately thought of Ape Sex Legends. I did play a lot of that game, but it's been a long time, so this could be Delulu. Cuticle oil, what? Yeah, cuticle oil. I don't even know how to explain it. It's an oil for your cuticles. The same way hair oil is oil for your hair. You put it on your nails and you just kind of let it soak in for a while, and it helps to strengthen and hydrate your nails. Which I'm sure hydrate sounds kind of insane, but you know what I mean. What is Artifact again? It's a card game, right? Was that Valve's? Yeah, right. The lighting's not giving a. Ooh, whatever. They'll spell it for me. Heyo. Ugh, it's so bright. Valve was the one, or Artifact was the Valve one people got sad about. At this point, we need to stop being sad when Valve does something or makes something mid. I don't think. What is that game even called? Deadlock. I have no faith in Deadlock. You kill in the Valley of the Gods for this? I'll kill you. That's an old racer, for sure, right? These are the cones for the outside of the track. Twisted Metal was for the DOS? Do I know how old Twisted Metal is? Oh, shit. Was it a specific one? Hang on. Oh, two. Sorry. Oh, dos. Okay, no. Yeah. Wow, fake Latina in the chat. Now I see. Now I get it. This, I think, is Pokemon X and Y. And so I'm just going to do it. Oh, no, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm sorry. Pokemon XY is 6. I knew what I meant. I can hear the fans chanting, "No, you can't, baby." You can't hear them do anything because there's no voice. Oh, I'm so over Pokemon. Oh, I'm so over Pokemon. This is from the opening cutscene. Actually, it's either the opening cutscene or the finale cutscene when the bad guy does the bad thing. Was MS-DOS secretly the MS2? This looks mad familiar. Is this 76 or 3? Probably 3. It looks a little too crunchy. Percy says 3. Percy, do you have negative delay on the stream? I swear you see them before I do. I've been to a few parks that look like this. Baby, when I tell you the amount of parks that I have been to that look just like this. I was going to say a sim. It doesn't quite look like a sim. Maybe like a, what is that thing? Habbo Hotel? Twisted Metal came to PC in 95. Twisted Metal's way older than I think. Oh, Roller Coaster Tycoon? But this is such a, looks like an interior space. This looks like a parapet for a roller coaster for sure. New internet, 0 lag. It is a competition. What's the fan grading shadow, right? I was thinking that this might actually be a table, and it's a table with a netted cover, and that's the shadow of the table. Featuring Lara Croft. I'll say like Sims 2. Sims 2 does kind of look like this. Good start. Oh, it is a Sims game. Oh, that looks much nicer all of a sudden. This might be 3. I don't think it's all the way to 4, though. I don't know the UI well enough to tell if these blue things are that. Oh, PlayStation 95. Yeah. That looks like Sims 3 food. I love what specifically gets it. You know what I mean? We're going to hit one of the Lara Croft games with multiplayer. No one's going to get it. Going to hit some weird remaster. Hey, this shouldn't look familiar to me, but it does. Oh my god, I think it is Oregon Trail. I've seen a couple different versions of Oregon Trail. Yeah. Yeah. Fjording this will get you dysentery. You want to cock the ship? What's up, Krista? I love The Sims. Everybody loved The Sims. I haven't really gotten into it. They look small in this, like Pikmin. Because this isn't like grounded-y. Do you want to cock your wagon and attempt to float across? I mostly know this is a, I don't know about deep cut, but this is like if you know, you know. I used to watch Lucajin all the time. I didn't know Lucajin is like still a YouTuber and she's like a VTuber and everything. She's a total diva. She's married to some other famous YouTuber, I think. And I've never played Oregon Trail, but I first knew about it watching her play it as a kid, and I had the biggest crush on her. Woo! Well, that's... Unless it's a coincidence. It couldn't be any other egg, could it? Anyone else? That's a fun looking dino. I know, it looks cute. What's Mario Time Machine? Percy's pulling out games I never heard of in my life. All right. Is this like one of the edutainment? This looks like edutainment. Like, what was the other one? They basically had like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but with Mario? Oh, this looks familiar. I briefly thought Wind Waker. This is not Wind Waker. Wait, this might not be familiar. Is this like Monster Hunter? It's the most popular game I've played in my life? I mean, statistically, I suppose it has to be either League of Legends or Call of Duty. Like Modern Warfare 2. Oh, no kidding. You found out about Lucajit a few months ago. Been watching her playthrough of each Paper Mario. That's good. Yeah, no, I remember following her and like Nintendo Capri Sun. I think I followed Nintendo Capri Sun first because when I was a kid, I just liked watching full playthroughs of games. I loved watching Chugga Conroy. So I watched Chugga Conroy and then Nintendo Capri Sun, and he played not King's Quest. Leisure Suit Larry 1 with Lucajin, and I was like, who's this? And then I think she played the other King's Quest as well. If it's Monhun, could it be Rise? It looks so familiar. I've never played a Monster Hunter, though, but I have watched a lot of friends play it, so that's why I'm like, maybe, you know? Patapon? The intro screen of Patapon? The eyeball would make sense there. And that is, the story of Patapon is that they're, like, trying to find a new place to go, right? Yeah, I love watching Chugga Conroy. Watching Chugga Conroy play Pokemon Crystal, and he had like this super special overlay where he told you like exactly what he was doing on which route and which Pokemon had which encounter rates at which time of day, and I was like, wow, a genius. This is crazy. No, Spyro's cool. We love Spyro. I played the first Spyro a really long time ago. My older sibling had it for, I think, the PS2. Maybe it's not the first one then, but one of the older Spyros, and I liked it. But I'm not a full Spyro stan. It is Patapon. Am I thinking it looks familiar just because I've been looking at that Ratatan because I saw 50 trailers for it? I love chasing the egg thieves even though I was terrible at it. Watching Chugga and the other runaway guys playing Dokapon makes me wish on a star I had friends committed enough to play the campaign. Bitch, you and me both. For me, not that specifically because I don't know Dokapon super well. But as a kid, I didn't like know anybody who played games. You know, being a girl, games are for boys. I knew a lot of girls who were not allowed to play games or who were only allowed to play like very specific games. And then you reach the age where every guy thinks the girls have cooties. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just play alone. I guess I'll only play alone then. So that was always a bummer. And then the internet happened, so it's fine now. I'm trying to look at the background for this. Is this not like a Paper Mario, but this background should maybe be like Bug Fables? Disco Stew's Gaming 2 joke. Now that one, I knew was a joke. It looks like a Paper Mario background, but I don't know. I only kind of know Thousand Year Door, and even then, so much shit happens in that game. Origami King. Is this where the Origami King hatches from? Is that... Okay. I said, how the fuck did I spell either of those words wrong? Origami and king are two of the most sound them out words on the planet. Do you remember what his current LP was when you started watching? For me, it was either Wind Waker or Pokemon Crystal. I want to say it was Pokemon Crystal. It might have been Super Mario Galaxy. And that's just because I watched him play a bunch of stuff, but those are the two that, like, I remember him playing those. You know what I mean? So I think it had to be one of those two. Is this De Blob? No, certainly not. Or Jack 2. Right, everybody here a freak. Of one kind or another. Is this a Hat in Time? Ooh, that's not a bad guess neither. It has that kind of like... The backgrounds aren't are as cartoony as the characters. But it could be a Hat in Time. I didn't care for that game very much. So I don't think I would have gotten to a level that looks like this. But I believe that it could exist, so I'm going to do it. Oh! No, wait. Wait, what? I'm sorry? These guys look so Spore. Right, maybe it is a Jack with these weird little freaks. Because also I will say for a brief second, I saw vague cell shading and a laser and I was like, there's no way there's a Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, Super Luigi Galaxy, that's right. Yeah, why laser? I mean, that lends more credence to it maybe being a Jack game. And does Jack have the same plot as Ratchet and Clank, where he's like the last of his kind? Or am I making that up and I just have the two games mixed together? Right, maybe it's TOTK again. That'd be fucked up. No, this isn't one of the... those two Zelda games don't have a lot of enemy variety, and I think I would remember seeing these things. Right, 87%, which is pretty good. Pretty good. You remember a bunch of other Jacks? How do you feel about this having a Jack vibe to it? I don't think he's the last, but it gets dystopian. Okay. Last of a kind. I guess the thing is, if the laser wasn't in there, I would think that this was an MMO. I don't know, Jack. You don't know, Jack? I mean, it does have future-y stuff, you know? If it's not that, I'm thinking like maybe Beyond Good and Evil. It doesn't really remind me of anything specific in BG&E, but it has like a general kind of vibe to BG&E. So that's why I'm like, this feels like Elebits. Elebits I do not know. I'm enjoying the BG&E guess more. Because obviously it could just be a road, but this looks like it has such like the water area in the middle. It's just nighttime, and then this is the dam in the back. Like, all I know about Jack is he just happened to look unique, and then in Jack 2 we suddenly find a lot of people that look like him. Oh, Oddworld. Oddworld's not bad either. I suppose it does. I was going to say, does Oddworld get this futuristic? I think it does. Oddworld is another one of those games that does it all. That would also kind of make sense why this background, it looks kind of like you can't really walk into it right now. Well, we'll start with a Jack 2. And by start, I mean it's our second guess. Jack 2, Renegade. Oh, it's just straight up Jack 2. Good job. Those YouTube videos did you right. Don't do that to me. My eyes. I shouldn't be trying to read words. I should be trying to get an overall vibe. I was trying so hard to read the words. Hmm. We zooming around? Midnight Club 3. That's a racing game, right? Racing series, I guess I should say. That would explain why you're going fast. Like Dead Rising 2. It looks a little too outdoors. Well, I guess I shouldn't say. Looks slightly too good for the Saboteur. Finally, the darkness. It could be the darkness. The thing is, even though the darkness is a first-person shooter, I can only ever think of the characters in that game. Another thing I wished I had friends for, the darkness 2. I remember watching, I don't even remember who anymore, but watching like 4 YouTubers play the darkness 2, and I was like, wow, that must be so nice. Right, that's the thing. It looks like a lot of games. It looks like Saints Row. It looks like the darkness. It looks like a little Dead Rising 2. We know approximately what year it came out in. I don't know, is Lupin still here? I think he knows the Saints Rows fairly well. Right, end PS2, start 360. I'm definitely leaning more towards start 360. What I know, Saints Row? Is this Saints Row? Water tower just makes me think of turtles. I know, it's so weird. I wasn't thinking anything in particular, but when I saw the water tower, I was like, destroy all humans. As if I don't think it is. I think this environment looks slightly too complex. I do not know. Oh, okay, since so. True crime, I'm not familiar with at all. Y'all are pulling out a lot of games I've never heard of in my life. Right, you could see a Destroy All Humans. The vibe is kind of there. But I only played the first 2. Let's put in the true crime, because I've never heard of that, so let's do it. Oh, no, I have heard of these games. I just only recognize, it may be that true crime is not a particularly evocative title, so I only know them from streets of LA. I mean, this wouldn't be New York, right? This would be LA. Those 5 years where everyone tried making a GTA killer. Just like the Fortnite killers. Remember when everyone was saying Apex Legends was going to be the Fortnite killer? Okay. Oh, no, this, that's a gun. Right? Yeah. What's that one? I get Killzone and Resistance mixed up. I may enjoy Saints Row, but I only play it while not sober. Is Saints Row first person? Right, I think this is a first person shooter. Because I swear this is a gun in the front. I guess it could be something else, but it looks like you're holding a gun. That's why I was saying maybe Killzone or that other thing I said, Resistance. We're saying probably is Saints the Third. Just a coinky dink. Resistance is the one with the aliens. Thank you. Killzone's the one with the iconic like mask thingy. And then, yeah. I would not think this was Saints. The characters look a little saintsy to me. That's a line of cars? Oh, it's a little jalopy in the middle. I see now. But you can see why I thought that this was like a desert camo gun. Oh man, that's a weird trick. I'm basing my argument on it looks like something I watched Dex play once, so it's not a strong argument. I wish I could read what some of this stuff says. But I really, really can't. Like I can't even like try to figure out what it says. I mean, I guess it's like a casino or something, which is why Saints kind of makes sense to me. Screw it. We're saying Saints 3. Heyo. There's the Urple. Ay, el chupa. What? No, but then who would this be? I was gonna say Tekken for a second. Is Virtua Fighter? I played the shit out of this game. How did they make it look so crunchy? That's what I'm saying. That's why I gotta warn y'all when you come in to play this game. It is so, you have to reset your brain crunchiness. Oh, Dynasty Warriors. Is Dynasty Warriors a fighting game? I thought Dynasty Warriors was something else. Oh, the first one. The other ones are not. El Chupa. I just said El Chupacabra. I just thought it'd be funny to say Chupa. Just Chupa. That's a Pokemon. RSC? Well, let's do a real game and let's pick Pokemon Sapphire, okay? Yeah. Get that Ruby shit out of here. Because not only is this definitely Hoenn, I think this is specifically the mall. Oh, I love these games so much. I played these games so much as a child. Pokemon Sapphic. Ooh. I definitely clocked that Sapphire was Pokemon Girl version. It's so funny because, like, obviously you could play as Crystal in Gen 2. Oh, wait. Could you play as Crystal in Gold and Silver, or was it only Crystal? I want to say it was the whole thing. All of them, I mean. But I just remember being, like, in, I remember when Ruby Sapphire were coming out, I was like, what? You can play as a girl? Like, I was so excited because I think there was a big deal of, like, being able to play as May. I said, that's crazy. I wanted to be May so bad as a child, and I was all, lesbianism. Chris is only in Crystal. Okay, so that would explain why I was so excited. Because, sure, Crystal was out, but my household was not in the habit of buying gold and silver and crystal. So I think we had silver. And we might have had silver and gold, but not crystal for a long time. And then, yeah, when Sapphire came out. Because I feel like they also kind of made like a big deal out of May just like being a character. Playing as girls back then was uncommon. Crystal letting you play as a girl instead. One of the first trans feelings I ever had. Hell yeah. Oh, that's very sweet. For me, it was just like, holy shit, you get to play as a girl. That's crazy, This looks awfully familiar, and I couldn't tell you why. It does look like a Game Boy camera, doesn't it? It looks like a Pikmin. Yeah, May gets a much larger role in the anime too with all the contest stuff. It's so funny. It's just like one of those things where like aesthetically, and also because she was the first lead character, or the first like female lead who really got like a lot of attention, they made May such a tomboy, and then they made her such a girly girl in the anime. And it was so weird. I remember like seeing the contest stuff for the first time, and I was like, what do you mean? But you take what you can get. Dawn should have been the realization that I was a femme lesbian. Not because I was in love with her, but because when they got to Pokemon Platinum and they get their snow outfits, and then the anime also got to the snow outfits, and she had the like double-breasted pink trench coat, I said, something's happening in here. Something's happening up here. TBH, playing as a girl in X was one of the first things I did to figure out my gender. Work. Oh my god, X and Y are so underrated. Oh, Omori? That makes sense. The collage style? Yeah. Yeah. That's why it looks familiar. Honestly, though, I was probably thinking of Off. Off the game to my fellow Tumblr users. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it. I get the way that people were like, oh, like the boys don't get any good options in X and Y. Yes, they do. You just haven't transed your gender yet, so you don't like the costumes the boys have. Is it rude to say that to people out loud? Because it's true. I was like, what do you mean? The boy options are really good for boys. the girl options are also really good. I'm a boy. I got good options. That's what I'm saying. Deadly Premonition. Ooh. I'll second that. I will say the boy options weren't the best. There weren't that many of them. But they certainly weren't bad. Oh. I don't know. I'm too bad thinking about Pokemon outfits. Gender's a fuck, it's true. Yeah, Dawn, it's like I never particularly cared for Dawn's design, but that's when I watched the Pokemon anime a lot with my friends, so I like loved her. But specifically, that outfit, the brain. What the dog doing? All right, like I've seen this. I know I've seen this. But what is it? Is it no, a 62% also tough. Does off have color? I thought it was all monochrome. I haven't played it. All the characters are monochrome, but the battle like scrolling backgrounds are often very colorful. I'm currently replaying Usum as a girl. I feel like the clothing is not as good or too expensive. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the roughest things about that era of Pokemon is they introduced XY and they popped their pussies with virtually every single outfit you can put on a female character. And then they put out Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and there was no character customization. And I was like, do you know how badly I wanted to be able to dress up May as me? Fuck you. So there's that. And then there's 7, and it's like, naturally you're playing in Poke Hawaii. So the clothing options are going to be extremely different because it's fucking Hawaii. It's hot. and they're going for the tropical thing. So like, it doesn't make as much sense for it to be as fashion forward, especially because XY is France. And so like, that's the whole reason they did it, right? But yeah, it was very disappointing. And then you go to Galar. I was like, whatever. It's okay. The fashion in Galar is okay. I think one thing that you really feel between XY and Sword Shield is in Sword Shield, you're obviously like 10 or 11 or whatever. And in XY, you're a 15-year-old character, I'm pretty sure. Just like in Black and White and Black and White 2. You're like 15, 16. And so like the clothes look a little nicer because they look like clothes a adult would wear or a young adult would wear and not like clothing a child would wear. So, I can't wait to beat off again. Wink. I've definitely seen this damn dog. Was there a 62% Final Fantasy? It don't look like Final Fantasy to me. It looks like you're actively doing the swing. Not like Skyrim, but like, first-person RPG. Sometimes I really wish I liked Pokemon. I'm glad you don't, because I don't like Pokemon no more. I do have very fond memories of it, though, for sure. I have very fond memories of Pokemon. I still like a lot of Pokemon. I will say, to my fellow fandom folks, I have to say, nothing goes like a Pokemon AU. If I think 2 characters are in love, ooh, I know their entire Pokemon fucking teams. I know those teams like the back of my hand. It gives me either turn-based or MMO combat. Yeah, a little bit. I can't lie, I played a lot of Pogo. I played a lot of Pogo when it came out. For me, it was really Sword and Shield that did it in for me, that like... there was a period of time where it felt like Pokemon was maturing in different ways. And when the Switch came out and Sword and Shield came out, it certainly... felt like they went all the way back, like just mechanically and just kind of how the games are and how they treat them. They've obviously gone much more into it being a business, even more so than they already were, right? And so they just like went all the way back, which I just thought was really disappointing. I really don't like Sword and Shield, so I was like, I guess I'm just done, Yeah, and that's the thing is like Sword and Shield look bad, obviously, but to me that wasn't even the start nor the end of the problems. There's mechanically nothing really interesting. Sure, they like redid gym leaders kind of, but whatever. There's no... I think I've said this before. Y'all know how I feel. I either want you to do the story, or don't do anything. And oh my God, yeah. What people say about Sword and Shield, it's so slow. You spend all this time on the story, and it's so disconnected and just kind of nothing that I wish they hadn't tried. Whereas, like, as much as I don't really care for the story in Black and White and Black and White 2, at least they tried. Like, I really feel like they tried. And so I'm kind of into that. I just have beef with, did you internalize the type table as a child, or do you have to look it up constantly? Part, just let me collect them all. I mean, that's one of the very few things that Sword and Shield did right, I think, which is that I think after you meet a Pokemon for the first time, you know one of their types, and if you capture it and they have two types, then you know both. And, like, that's nice, right? That makes sense to me. Yeah, Pogo has all this monetization bullshit. Very sad. The DPPT remakes. If I had still been into Pokemon, that would have been my 13th reason. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'm done with the main series Pokemon games. I'm not interested in Mystery Dungeon DX. I need to go back and play Explorers of Darkness and Sky again. It's been such a long time, and those games are really fucking good. I'm excited for Z. I'm looking at Z from afar. I could be interested, but I also don't think I'm going to get a Switch. So, like, you know? I forgot that we were talking about this. I'll talk about Pokemon any day of the week. In the same way I'll talk about Rivals any day of the week, and it's because I have a lot of thoughts. Pokemon more so just because it's been such a thing for, like, my whole life. I was raised in a Pokemon household because my sibling's 6 years older than me, and they were, like, full Pokemaniac, you know? All my friends I had as a kid all played Pokemon. What's a shitty MMO? Not like Black Desert, but like, yeah, you know, a shitty hunting game? I don't think so. The wolf looks too fantastical. Oh, played so much Red Rescue Team, named my teammates after my IRL friends, that made me tear up. Those trees look really Xenoblade. The first Xenoblade looked like this? Or is it maybe one of the Xenogears, Xenosaga? Those do kind of look MMO-ish at times as well. Oh, House of Dead Love. The MMO Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 11. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I meant to do this today, but obviously we got lost in the sauce. We've been playing Guess the Game for 3 hours. Tomorrow or the next day, I do want to try one of those Pokemon quizzes, where you try to just type in all the Pokemon. I think I could do pretty well. I think I can do pretty well. We'll have to time it, though, because otherwise I'll spend forever on it. It is pissing me off how familiar this looks. The thing is, I haven't played a lot of MMOs, so, like, I don't even know how it could just be. The Wii version of Xenoblade 1. Is it a lineage? Oh, let me type in what this says. I don't know these games. So, I'll guess one of them. Oh, it is. Oh, this looks like an MMO. I suppose it could technically be a faux MMO. Is there only the two? It is, in fact, a shitty MMO. Well, thanks, Percy. What kind of snacks you got? I'll go to 565 just because I like to end on numbers that are easy for me to remember. Is this Subnautica? I'm going to guess it. Wait, everyone's saying Mass Effect. Never mind. Aw, I wanted it to be Subnautica. White cheddar smoked almonds, and some garlic parm pretzel crisps. I love pretzel crisps. I almost called it Deep Space Galactic, like Hard Rock Galactic. Hard Space Shipbreaker, right? Oh, it could be Prey. But it looks like you're cutting stuff up with a laser. What does that say? I can't turn my head upside down. Alpha 0. Wait, is this Dead Space? It looks like Dead Space actually now that I look, especially because it points out being in the zero gravity zone. I wonder if this is one of the areas of Dead Space. Yeah, the zero grav sections. Vanquish isn't a bad guess either. I will keep that, but I want to do Dead Space. That's Vanquish. That's that fucking guy. Yeah. Nice. The cigarette game. I would also say that this is an Arkham game, but I'm not quite sure about that. Just kidding. Someone immediately said Batman. Arkham City. Is Arkham City the one where you have to fly around through the little loops? 73 no taste, these people. Oh, not Arkham City. Oops. Maybe that was the opening crawl or something. So, what was that? Sorry, what was that? Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace. Okay, I did read something correct. Oh no, now people are saying Origins, definitely Night. I feel like they did Hoops a few times. Tomb Raider Arkham something. Now here's the thing, Zazie. What's so scary about that is that could happen. Lara's not quite as crossover happy as Batman or like the TMNT. He's up there. This is the intro to Night cutscene in the bar. I trust you. Nice. Your conviction is rewarded. All right, last one. Well, I want to say Zelda 2, but I don't think so. I think it's something else. Could be anything. Super Mario Bros. Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2. Shit, well, I thought we were joking, but now we actually are saying it could be anything. That's a Mario water level. So we'll simply go for the Super Mario Bros. No, I know what you mean, Percy. I just mean when Blackjack Attack said could be anything, I read it as like sarcastic. And so I was like, oh, I guess, I just haven't figured it out. And you said Super Mario Bros. And I went, okay, that's silly me. Everyone knows it's Super Mario Bros. And then other games came in. And I said, okay, maybe I'm not so bad. Yeah. So y'all two I got. All right. You can just look at this with your eyeballs. Because I do have to go. I have streamed approximately 20 minutes over what I meant to. So I think I am going to skedaddle. I'm also very hungry. So yeah. This has been very nice. It's been a fun time. Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah, but it's been nice to stream. I don't think we got any donos this time around, but I will get some more UI stuff on the stream and we'll talk about it more. I will probably stream again tomorrow around the same time. We might do some more of this and some more game duel, but don't let me forget. We'll definitely do the Pokemon quiz. Will y'all just have to sit there in pain while I don't look at chat and try to remember the Pokemon? Yes, because I want to try it by myself first, and then maybe we'll do a group one. But yeah, I'm off work for, obviously today and then the rest of this week. So we will just be, oh wait, I got it. Hang on. Never mind. Someone just forwarded me something. Thank you so much to somebody. There's a real name in the, what's the word? Oh wait, no, I know who this is. Lovik, thank you for the $50 donation. I will be matching you at a later date, and I will also get probably, ooh, perspective's hard. Probably right here, little dono bar right here, and I will let you guys know. Can't wait to play more Gamedle and Gamedle to randomly appear in chat. I know, if I put my category as Gamedle, they show up sometimes, which is so funny. We've got nearly 2 years of Guess the Game to get through still. I know. It's nice that there's so much, and it's nice that Gamedle is like limitless. It's technically not, but I don't think we'll guess every game that exists. So yeah, we're at 566. I'll just bookmark it so I don't have to remember. We'll do Pokemon quiz tomorrow around the same time, maybe some other guessing stuff. I will do a very long stream on Friday, July 4th. I have the day off. I imagine most people will. We'll have all the dono stuff on screen, and I'll be more obnoxious about it instead of getting locked in on Guess the Game. I think we'll also probably try to play some Marvel Rivals then. I'll probably get a small squad together. I don't like doing like 5-6 stacks, so I'll probably just try to get like 2-3 people. And yes, we are still on our Gamedle streak of 1400. But yeah, I talk some random shit about Marvel Rivals on occasion. I was in Val's stream, Space Valkyries, and I meant to complain and I didn't. I obviously did that bonus episode with John for VGBs where I talked about it a lot. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of like Pokemon for me, where there's just so much about that game. And even though a lot of it's disappointing, it's still okay. Imagine if you cleared your cache and it disappeared. Palm, that almost happened. I almost had a heart attack. Firefox did an update where they cleared your entire browser history, and I thought it cleared my cache too, and I don't know what I would have done. I would have been so sad. But thankfully, the game duel is okay. Anyways, I should probably skedaddle and go eat something. I'm very hungry, especially after almost suffocating on my water. If you need a person playing on 30 FPS with 250 European ping, I'll be there. No, Rivals does not have the good internet. It truly is 250. So I have the cookies whitelisted for game duel, so we should be okay even if something kind of wild happens. I will go suffocate on my food. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you again pretty shortly, and we'll get up to